We waited a long time and finally the third and final season of Squid Game is here, but was it worth the wait? Welcome back guys to Fog Entertainment here to review Season 3 Episode 1 of Squid Game. But let's just be honest, this doesn't feel like Season 3 Episode 1. It pretty much feels like Season 2 and we've just returned from a mid-season finale. But before we get into the actual review, I just want to point that out. I think that Season 2 was hurt and I believe that Season 3 will probably suffer from the same problems, and that is the fact that it basically feels like they have taken one season, being Season 2, and they've just split it into two seasons just to try and prolong this show rather than condense it or just make Season 2 longer. There's no reason why Season 2 couldn't have been a 12-episode season, but when you look at it, they've slowed the pacing down. Season 1, you were pretty much getting almost a game per episode, and now with the pacing they've got now, and it feels like you're getting a game maybe one every 2 episodes or 2.5 episodes. I just think they've slowed things down. You get the big return in the premiere, and as soon as the first game, or in this case the fourth game of this year's edition of Squid Game begins, it ends the episode. I just feel like the season 1 episodes they just flowed better, and they didn't feel as the pacing didn't feel as bad. Whereas it didn't feel rushed, but it definitely feels slowed down in Season 2, and I think the same thing's going to happen in Season 3, because I believe this is a 6-episode season, and I would imagine that the final game's going to happen in the final episode, so you're probably looking at 2 games then spread out over the first 5. It's not great.
No, what I'm surprised about, I thought the way you ordered it, I thought you would honestly have got Season 1 would have had the worst structure out the 3, just due to the fact it's the first season, it took them years to produce it. But you're right, Season 1 was much better with the format of the games. This is just Season 2 Part 2, and this episode felt like that. It didn't feel like, a brand new season and business is about to pick up. I don't know, it was underwhelming to me. Again, it's like the fallout of Episode 6, and it's just people moping around and walking to the game getting dumbed down for about fucking half an hour, and when we got a vote, which again, thankfully only took about 2 minutes. Last season would have took about 15, but I can't help but feel I want more.
Yeah, and are we going to get more? Maybe, but here, Episode 1 starts with the soldiers being killed, obviously from Episode 7 of Season 2, and Triangle Soldier, the woman Kyang Yul, she shoots player 246, but doesn't shoot him fatally, shoots him in the stomach, and then she agrees to join with the organ trafficking team. And yeah, she's going to try and save this guy, I guess, because she feels bad about his kid and whatnot. So she says that she's going to join them, but she needs to actually see the process. If we're on the same team, we need to trust each other, essentially. So I think it's a guard 11. He takes her down. She sees how it works, how they harvest the organs and they just cut people open and shit like that. She then decides to elbow guard 11 in the face. She shoots a couple of the other doctors, and then she says the reason she ran from North Korea was because of arseholes like you, to number 11, shoots him in the head, revealing that she shot her commander in the head in North Korea. And then she gets the last remaining doctor to keep player 246 alive, which he does. She says, if you do anything, I'll kill you. He takes blood. She says, if you try anything, I'll kill you. The guy saves him, patches him up, gives him a blood transfusion just like she asked, and then she shoots him in the head. Not keeping her word. But I wasn't expecting that, but at the same time, Kang Yul doesn't really come across as a nice person. She wouldn't be there killing people if she was. She signed up to be a guard. She knows what she was getting herself into, so I don't think we should be surprised that she wasn't a woman of her word and killed the last remaining doctor.
No, I absolutely not. I was not surprised in the slightest when she pulled the trigger and killed this guy. But again, we knew this guy was going to live. I thought, it was pretty obvious going into Episode 7, Season 2, when he got shot. He survives. How is he going to be incorporated into the rest of the games? I doubt he's going to be coming back as a player.
Yeah, well, he's eliminated. So if he comes back, the higher ups are going to be the masked man. They're going to be looking at it and going, "Holy shit, what's happening?"
He'll be grateful that he's alive, but he needs the fucking money.
He does, but I just don't see how he re-enters the game.
Like, yeah, he can't. So he will probably just team up with.
I think he's going to have a minor role. What can they really do though without getting him? I mean, could he wear one of the suits and become one of the like security teams? Like, could he become a triangle?
Well, a couple of the security guards are down now, so they're probably going to catch on to that.
I mean, I think that probably could happen. We've seen that happen really in season 1.
They're repeating it a wee bit, aren't they? Oh, the organs are being harvested, and then we're going to.
Yeah, but you know, Jung Ho pretended to be a member of the Squid Game staff in season 1, so I see no reason why player 246 can't pretend to be a member. So we'll have to wait and see if that happens. With the Squid Game staff then bring in a coffin. They open it up and it's our main man. It's Ji-hun, but he's not dead. I guess they've just brought him back. He's upset once he wakes up. He wants to know, like, why didn't you kill me? He killed everyone else, but why didn't you kill me? Then he points the gun at him. He wants the guard to shoot him. The guard doesn't shoot him. Instead, they handcuff him to one of the beds, and then player 100, basically, Young Dae, he says that he thinks this was Ji-hun's plan all along, that he tried to get all the players to attack the guards.
Attack the guards like your throat got attacked. I tell you what,
well,
it's actually it's a good point for this guy. You know what, man? I just think season 2 ruined Ji-hun. That plan of just attacking everybody with all the people that wanted to leave was just ridiculous. Because what he should have done gets pointed out later on, and they stood a better chance attacking the people that were voting to stay.
That's what Dae-ho believes, and I think he's right.
To me, it's honestly made his character irredeemable. See this whole, he's going up against the front man, and it's good versus evil. I think it's way beyond that now.
Yeah,
I think it's just corrupted him.
It just seems like revenge, doesn't it? Rather than
it doesn't feel like to a point where it's corrupted him right at the end before he got his hands on number 1. No, it's corrupted him way before that.
Yeah, rather than him being what he believes is right and bringing down bad and bringing down evil, it just seems like he purely wants revenge now. Because even last season, the front man who was pretending to be a player, he basically questioned Ji-hun's strategy, saying, "So you're willing to sacrifice a few for the greater of many?" And that's what he was willing to do, because he knew his plan was going to result in casualties.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, I guess if you continue to play the games, it's going to result in casualties, but I don't know if it was a poor plan. Anyway, player 100 and a couple of the other O's, they make fun of Ji-hun, then they applaud him because he eliminated most of the X's, and that means that not only does the prize fund go up, but he just makes it easier now for O's to win the vote. So yeah, they're mocking Ji-hun essentially, and Ji-hun really, rather than being pissed off with AIM, although he was pissed off with the crazy religious person, Sion Neo, but rather than being pissed off with player 100 and the other O's, Ji-hun really has a problem with Dae-ho. He would not stop staring at him. I mean, you'd half expect him to be gay. The fact he wouldn't take his eyes off him. He's been staring him out the entire episode. Dae-ho finally confronts him, accusing him of, "Here, do you blame me for what happened? Wasn't my fault. We were going to die anyway." And then he basically says that your plan was shit, and that you're the reason all these people are dead. Which I actually kind of do agree with Dae-ho. Was he a shite bag? Did he, let them down in a sense?
But you know what? He's got PTSD. Now, we might find out that that's all bullshit, but PTSD is pretty fucking serious. And I tell you what, see John Seek, the son to the old woman, he was acting the fucking big man. He could have took the ammo.
Yeah, he stayed in there like a absolute shite bag, young Seek. So I don't really like him, and I don't think he's in a position to be saying anybody, let down whatever. He's the one that's been letting people down. So yeah, Ji-hun, he's pretty much broken. The ship team that are trying to get to the island, Captain Park, we know that he's corrupt. We know that he isn't to be trusted, and now neither does Woo Seok. He tells Young-ho later that night that he has suspicions about Captain Park after Captain Park basically painted a picture of the guy that died, essentially just drinking too much, falling overboard. He said there was heavy waves and that he probably got intoxicated. and fell over in the waves, took him away. But in reality, we know that Captain Park was up to no good. He is communicating with the island. He obviously works for the island. He doesn't want Young Ho and his team to find the island, and that is why he killed the team member of Young Ho who found out the truth about him. So yeah, Captain Park, he's under suspicion from Woo Suk, but Jung Ho doesn't believe Woo Suk. He thinks that he's just paranoid. He says Captain Park found him originally when he was on the island and that he saved his life, but
he doesn't remember any of it. His mama told him. They missed a good line here. Woo Suk is sitting talking to Jun Ho, and Jun Ho's like, he's been helping me look for the island for a number of years.
He ain't found it.
Why doesn't Woo Suk go? Why, maybe he's been working to not find the island.
Yeah, maybe that's the problem. Young Ho says no, he wouldn't. He's not on the other team. He wouldn't betray us. He's been helping me for years. He's been helping me for years, and you haven't found the island. So there is that. And also, if he found you, how far away could Young Ho really have been from the island in the first place?
Well, that's it, right?
Young Ho was probably actually really close to the island, and this guy knows where the island is, and the fact that he works with him would suggest that's why he was close enough to the island to even pick him up in the first place.
That is what's a bit unrealistic about it. I mean, I know the whole gimmick is with Captain Park is, well, he's not actually helping them find the island. He's like, you know, distraction tactics, get them away from the island. But we're not looking at a lost situation where it's like this magic factor. I mean, it's literally an island off the coast of fucking Korea. And I mean, this detective guy that found the island in the first place managed to get in. Now he can't seem to get back in. And he's buying that it's taking years? Come on.
Well, hold on. He managed to get in because he was literally on the boat that took them to the island. It's not like he found it.
Yeah.
That's got nothing to do with it.
Which proves that it's easy enough to get to. It's not that far.
No, it's not. They were on the boat. The reason he got to it because he was on the boat that was going directly to it.
Yeah, which proves that it's not overly... It's not like it's a fucking... You have to travel for 10 weeks or something.
No.
Maybe no.
First of all, we don't know how long...
First of all,
we don't know how long they were on the boat, okay? And for your
the same amount of time did not pass, I remember.
You're talking absolute shite. Or if he got there on the boat, so he should be able to get there again. He doesn't know the...
He doesn't know where it is, but he knows that we shouldn't take that much length of time. He knows the distance.
But we don't know how long the boat journey lasted. It could have lasted...
But he does!
But we don't know how long...
We don't, but he does.
Yeah, but we don't know how long he was on the boat.
But he does, so he should know.
But
I know we don't, but he does.
But you're suggesting he wasn't on the boat for a long period of time? Maybe he fucking was.
But maybe that should be discussed.
You know, I agree with you in that sense. I think he should say, look,
That's my point. I'm not saying we know. I'm saying he knows.
Wait, were they not gassed out?
I don't think he was gassed out.
I don't know. I think maybe they got gassed out. Well, if not, he would be on the boat and he would say, right, well, I infiltrated it at this time, and then 7 hours later we were there. So, it should
be a 7-hour radius of where we docked or left port. These sort of things should be getting discussed, but again, I guess once that gets fired out, Captain Park.
But yeah, I think that Jung Ho should have believed Woo Suk because he said he's been trying to find it for years.
And it's not like I know he saved my life, but does it not sound a bit suspicious? Oh, my mother. I don't remember anything, but my mother says that was the guy that saved me.
Oh, I don't know. It probably is the guy that saved him.
Is it though? I wouldn't be surprised if this is just here. It's all a plot for the front man, the island, and Captain Park, right? If he believes it's you, get him in his good books, and then you can always keep him away from the island instead of somebody that could actually find it.
No, this tells me that Jung Ho's brother got Captain Park to save him in the first place, and that's why he was there at the island.
Well, I mean, it could be that, but we also see this episode of the front man essentially tells Captain Park to kill everyone, including the detective.
If necessary.
Yeah, so that's...
not like he says here, hang up the phone and kill my brother.
So he doesn't overly care about his brother then?
Well, he fucking shot him in the first place, so obviously not. But I think...
But he wanted to save him, now he wants to kill him?
He doesn't want to kill him, he said if need be.
If need be? He still wants to kill him, doesn't it?
You've lost the... No, you've lost the fucking plot.
I've lost the plot.
Yeah,
you've lost the plot.
No, you've... Anyway, but hide and seek, I think you should go and hide.
Well, you know what? How about you hide... How about you hide the Wikipedia? How about you hide the Wikipedia with other names on you try and hit me with them? You've lost the plot.
Maybe you need to go and seek help. I think you've lost it. Right, we get introduced to the next game, the fourth game. It's hide and seek. There's 30 players left. Teams will be divided into two. Red team, blue team. The blue team will be given a 2-minute head start. They have 30 minutes to hide. They're given a key that can unlock doors, but they can't relock it. So once they go into a new area, anyone following behind will be able to join them, essentially. The red team is given a knife after some complaining, so now they're happy. They've got a weapon to kill the blue team. Blue teams think that they should get something as well to help them defend themselves, but that's not really how this is going to work. They aren't supposed to defend themselves, they're just supposed to hide. I don't know if a blue person kills a red person, would this result in elimination? Not too sure.
See the logic though, that if you open a door, the red guy can follow you in? I don't really understand that, because if you don't open the door, you're still stuck in the arena with them.
Yeah, and also, a couple of the players suggest that there's a way out, which I don't know if there is. So do you not necessarily need to hide for 30 minutes? Is there a final door that you can escape from, and that means you've won or you've passed? That's kind of what I got from it.
Is it the broken English? Is it like the we're watching it in English dubbed?
Yours is certainly broken, I tell you that.
No, but is the English dub?
I think we should dub you in here.
Aye, well, you know what? I tell me all their names then. Come on, go ahead. What's their names? What's the detective's name?
Jung Ho. Right, so
exactly, John Ho.
John Ho.
Got Hee Haw. Fucking look.
Yeah, I think there should be a character called Hee Haw. Sounds like a good Korean name, right?
So I would much rather be red team.
The balls are dished out. Ji-hun gets a red ball. Dae-ho gets a blue ball. Ji-hun's continuously looking at Dae-ho. He does not take his eyes off him, and at this point Dae-ho is definitely intimidated. This is when he has the conversation and confronts him about looking at him. But at this point, I mean, you wouldn't be surprised if Ji-hun just walks into this game and purposely tracks down Dae-ho like he's the Terminator, because it just seems like he blames him for his plan going wrong, and the way he's been eyeballing him this entire episode.
I think it's beyond the... is this guy the protagonist anymore? I think he's definitely going a different direction from that.
Yeah,
he's feeling very evil at this stage.
Yeah, Yun-hee gets the red team. Kyung-suk is on the blue team. He wants to trade because he doesn't think that she's got what it takes to kill somebody. He says that he does. He says he would do anything for her, the unborn child, and the prize money. He suggests that they swap and that he will kill someone, then come and find her and protect her. She says no, doesn't trust him, says that she's willing to do anything as well to save her unborn baby. And then eventually, before the blue team go in, she does decide to take off her red vest. She trades with Kyung-suk, so he's now on the... Not Kyung-suk, sorry. What's his name again? Munji. Player 333. I also constantly switching between the numbers and the names. I don't think helps either.
No, it doesn't, man. You know what though? It's like, see if you're watching this and you're Korean, see the names. It'll be easy for you. But see for us watching it and a lot of people in the Western world, it is confusing to fucking follow.
Oh, absolutely. Anyway, Jun-hee, she does swap with Mi-eun-ji, so now he is red team, she's blue team. She goes on in. Nam-gyu, he then wants to team up with Moon-ji. He says that we can work together, we can do this, because I guess Min-soo, he's a shite bag, so Nam-gyu is like, right, well, you're the only remaining, person in the 5-person group that we had, and basically you're shit. Thanos is dead. I killed that other bitch, and I think he needs somebody, or wants to team up with somebody that's going to offer a bit more than Min-soo, who just, at this point, I mean, I don't really see him killing anybody.
Yeah.
Or maybe he will. I don't know. Doesn't look like a killer, doesn't feel like a killer. Anyway, Moon-ji...
Yeah, we could see some accidental kills, people falling on the knives and shit.
Or some own team kills, some red versus red kills.
I think they said they weren't allowed to do that, but here, who knows? Crazy shit can happen.
Yeah, anyway, Moon-ji agrees then to team up with Nam-gyu, and Joom-ja switches with her son, because her son says, look, you've got bad knees, you're not a killer, but I outlived your father. So, I mean, I don't know. I thought she was going to confess that she killed his dad or something, but she didn't. And that's pretty much it. The blue team go in.
This was cringe. Oh, if we all find the exit, yell and we'll hear.
Give away your position.
They waste about 45 seconds. Yo, I get it, right? But see this stuff. Should this not have been discussed while walking in? Oh, but then the red team can hear you. Well, you know what? They're going to fucking hear you in there anyway. See, as soon as they're in and that 2 minutes goes to 1:59, you need to be running.
Absolutely.
See the keys to the doors? You need to be trying them while they're out.
Is it a one-use key? Or does one key only open certain doors?
They said once a key opens a door, that door remains open forever. But see, there has to be a significance in that. Is there going to be a door that fucking unleashes like a horde of like 10 tigers or something? I don't fucking know. But we'll have to wait and see. I mean, it sets up episode 2, I can't deny that.
Yeah, anyway, Young Hee, she is having trouble with her baby. Young Ju helps her, as does the old woman, Ji Ja. And then those three stick together. And that kind of just leaves the red team then to go in. They all go in with their knives. And then Jihan gets up, gets his knife ready, walks towards the gates, I guess, or the door to enter into the playfield. And that's how the episode ends. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think it was a bad episode, but for a premiere, especially after you wait like half a year, I tell you what, though, it's a good job that season 3 came out only about 6 months after season 2, because I think if you
waited 3 or 4 years for this, you'd have turned your telly upside down, man.
Absolutely, but you know what? I don't really recall the premiere of season 2 blowing me away either.
No, it was good. The Russian roulette.
Oh, it was actually, aye.
Take that back. Reel that in.
I was thinking the first episode, but there you go. Like, the first episode wasn't even really showing the game.
Okay, it wasn't, but it was still a good episode. I just feel like this was very much the same.
Right, I'm going to get a 6 out of 10.
I'll get a 6 out of 10 as well. I mean, it's set up episode 2, but I don't think in the final season the premiere should be used to set up episode 2.
But that's what it did, guys. So 6 out of 10. We'll catch you in the next one. Let us know your thoughts down below, and peace. Hide and Seek officially began this episode, and the blue team certainly were not good enough at hiding, and Myeon Jae and Namju were seeking to take out more participants than necessary. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment. It's time to review Squid Game Season 3, Episode 2. It was the continuation of the game Hide and Seek, which pretty much takes up the entirety of the episode. But before we get into that, we start with Noel taking out the remaining doctor after he completes the blood transfusion to keep player 246 alive. And then we see her looking at one of the triangle masks, and she looks at the uniforms, and at this point it looks like she's going to disguise him as an officer, and those two, I guess, will go back into the games. Maybe try to save more lives. I don't know, maybe try and take people down. I'm not too sure what they're going for with this character, because she isn't a great person, and maybe she saved this guy because she's got a heart and she knows that he's in there because of his sick daughter, but she doesn't really strike me as somebody that wants to bring down the games like Jihan does. So I think it'll be interesting to see what they do. Maybe she's had a change of heart, maybe her direction will be different now, but yeah, I guess those two are going to go back under the suits, the costumes, the masks, and, you know, slot back into the games. But
I know she knows his story, but how many other people are in there due to a similar story, and she's had no problem gunning them down? You know, giving her empathy towards this one guy, it's all good and it's all great. It's a different plot point, but at the end of the day, how many people has she put down in this version of the games that's had an emotional story?
Yeah, I mean,
like, they're all there for a reason.
Yeah, some of them are there for pure greed, but some of them are there to help out family members because they're sick or whatnot. They need operations, they need money, is what it is. I'd say most of them are there for a good reason, other than just to get rich or to do something selfish, like, you know, transition into a woman. But anyway, speaking of that, so we do see some people like team up here. We get some allies that are confirmed, and yeah, the red team give chase. I felt like it was about 10 minutes of nothing really happening.
I think this game was a letdown, to be honest. I don't know. I expected a lot more to happen. It was I mean, because the door opened and you kind of just saw like the entrance, you're thinking, right, are these doors going to lead to like trap rooms? I mean, there was a couple of things where if you opened it, you could fall down, or exit doors and like stairwells, but it was all a bit basic, wasn't it? I feel like for Squid Game at this stage, final season, I expected something a wee bit more.
It was like a shite version of the honeycomb maze for Takeshi's Castle.
Yes, that's what it reminds me of.
I preferred
I preferred that. The guys doing mad manoeuvres on the exits.
This one,
swinging round doors.
You know, this one was just kind of people walking around in circles.
Yeah, and another thing, it's like, I know it's fairly obvious, but once like some of the blues started fighting back and then getting knives, that kind of just took the element of it out for me. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not saying there should have been a rule, right, where the blues can't fight back, but it's like if you're a capable man and a woman wearing a red bib rocks up to you, are you going to really? I mean, I'm not saying you've got a 100% chance of succession, but it kind of loses the fear and element of the game for me.
if you're allowed to fight back and possibly retrieve
Yeah.
their knife and kill them.
Now, obviously, at the same time, there can be a 6'4" guy wearing a bib and he's confronting a 5'1" woman, right? That's just unlucky if that happens to you. But I feel like the game had too many loopholes to a point for it to really succeed.
Yeah, I mean, the red team have knives, but I think you knew that before the end of the game, people were going to lose their knives, and you were going to get people in the blue team picking up knives, and it was kind of just going to get a bit messy and turn into a free for all. And I felt like that's kind of how it ended. So Jihan, yeah, we've seen him basically stare down Daeho the entire premiere, and I thought that perhaps they were just trying to trick us into believing that he wanted to kill him, but turns out he did. Because Jihan went into this game basically not trying to kill anyone other than Daeho. Now, I think he was potentially going to take down the Christian woman, or the God-fearing woman, the crazy woman, Sion Neo, but she decided to give up Daeho, and I guess he wanted to kill him more than he wanted to kill her. Although he could have killed them both, because there was no rules on that. You know, you had to kill at least one blue person to pass, but there was no rules on the fact that you couldn't kill any more. And if you do kill more, you know, it's like a double whammy, because not only are you killing another blue person and eliminating them from the games, but you're also stopping a red person, because if you kill another blue person, that means there's one less for a red person to kill. So therefore, for each additional blue person that you kill, you're also eliminating a red person. And it was Namju that came up with that idea, or came up, you know, obviously thought that logic through when he was teaming up with Moon Jae. And I think that was actually very good. If you're in this not to survive, if your goal is here, I want to win, and the easiest way to win is to kill the most people as possible, then it makes sense, I think, to just go on a killing spree. If you're in this and you've been given the red bib and you're not a killer and you're not a bad person and you simply just want to survive to the next round, then I get it. Just try and kill one person. But if your goal is to win the money, any means necessary, then killing as many blue people that you can possibly find is the right thing to do.
No, I totally agree with that. But I mean, it's kind of hard to review this episode because it's kind of just running about, odd fight scene running about. I don't think they utilised the middle of the room with the big like elevator shaft kind of chamber where there was doors that led to the outside with like a 10-foot drop.
Yeah, nobody fell or nothing.
Nobody fell. Nobody hid it on the ledges. I mean, I'm not saying they need to make it WWE or whatever, but I think a good fight.
A red person could have chased a blue person through the door and fell to their death.
Yes.
We could have got that scene.
Or like when I thought when Ji-hun and the guy were fighting, I thought it was going to lead to like one of them, well, maybe not Ji-hun, but the other guy falling. But you're right, no one even attempted to hang on to the ledge. Like, you could clearly get rid and hide. Perfect spot to hide.
Yeah, I mean, it was all a bit messy. Did it remind me a little bit of the Season 2 finale when they just had like a gun shoot and it felt like it went on for half an hour? Almost, yeah, because this game, it did last almost the entire episode. And for me, it was, I wasn't a big fan of it, honestly. We get the three women, Jumja, Hyunju, and Junhee. So they all team up, and you got Hyunju. She's trying to protect them because she's the most capable. She's a man. They've all got 3 different keys as well, so that helps them get through all the doors. She has to kill a couple of people. And then one red guy with not long to go looks in. He just sees her killing someone, and then with less than 5 minutes to go, he decides, fuck it, I'm going to go and try and find someone else. See, at that point, with 5 minutes to go, I think you'd take your chances.
No, I totally agree. I didn't understand that, to be honest, but
they were trying to make her seem super strong, super heroic. I mean, what she was. We get Moon Jae and Namju. They team up and say, right, well, let's work together. We'll kill one person and then we'll kill another one. Namju goes to kill the first guy, stabs him a couple of times. The guy says, please don't kill me. I've got a wife and kids at home. Then Moon Jae kind of hesitates, and you think, well, maybe he doesn't want to kill this guy because he maybe sees himself in a similar position in the future because he's going to have a kid, maybe not a wife, but certainly a kid. But that's not what is making him hesitate. He just doesn't want to do it because he believes that if Namju does it, then he still needs to kill someone, and there's no proof that Namju will help him because he's already passed. So they decide that they're going to kill him at the same time, and this appears to get them half a kill each.
This was messy, man. This just overcomplicates it. I think they still both could have teamed up without the half a kills. Like, if he kills him, then he can just help his wee buddy. Or the heal.
Yeah, but there was no proof. There was no proof that the other one would help the other.
No, I understand that. I do think the guy, Thanos' buddy, I don't think he would help him. But at the same time, this guy's objective was to kill someone and then help his pregnant ex-girlfriend.
And they seem to abandon that because they decided, here, we kill this guy together, then we still need one more. But when they got the second kill, it did pass them both. But then they decided, here, let's not just stop at these two, let's eliminate even more. So they basically spend the entire episode killing as many people as they can. Number 100, who's a shite bag, acts a big game, but he is a bit of a coward of a man.
He is a cowardly man.
He spends the entire time hiding. Sion Yo, the religious woman, she's basically got like a flock of followers.
Like there was a scene where he and some other guy bottle it from a woman, and he just locks the guy in. Like, they could have easily took her on 2-on-1 and
grabbed
got a
knife. Yep. I didn't quite understand it. Then he has to play dead, put some blood on himself, and manages to survive. Sion Ne, she gets confronted by both Myung-jae and Nam-yu, and all her little followers get killed, but she manages to run and escape. And then she bumps into Ji-yeon, and Ji-yeon's going to kill her because she's on his hit list, I guess, because she's one of the people he doesn't like. But she gives up Daeho. She says there's a trail of blood. He's the one you really want to kill. If you go after him, you'll catch him. Then she bumps into Youngdae, Mr. 100. She has, I believe, 1 key. He's 2 keys. So together with the 3 keys, they can escape. They get to the exit, and if you pass this means that that's you. You've completed it, whatnot. He puts in 2 keys, tries to open the door, doesn't work. She's like, dumbass. You gotta put the 3 keys in. Which she puts in her key, the 3rd key opens the door. Then she starts like, I don't know, fucking dropping to her knees or whatnot and praising God. Oh, I'm here. God, save me. I'm the hero. I'm the savior and all this stuff. And then he just pushes her out, takes one of the keys, locks the door behind him. He says, who's the dumbass now? And then, yeah, that kind of screws her over. She turns around. Min-soo is behind him, or behind her. And he thinks that his old friend for Season 2 is still alive. He's been taking some of Thanos' drugs. He's hallucinating. He spent the entire game trying to save her, despite coming into contact with multiple red team players. Blue team players, could have tried to kill someone, never. She then basically runs him down, verbally assaults him, but he begins to see things, and instead of seeing the religious woman, he sees Namju, and that's the guy he was looking for the entire time, and he ends up stabbing her, thinking that she was him, and that's her dead. So, big death there. Then back with Hyun-ju, she finds a way out as well. I think there's multiple exit doors, but she finds another one. She then opens it, she's about to go through, save herself, but then she thinks, oh no, I need to go and save my 2 friends who were still alive, and we'd just seen Jun-hee give birth to a child, so we had that. She goes to save them, and then at the door she gets stabbed from behind by Myung-jae, and obviously that is the father of the kid. He looks at Jun-hee. Then Namju appears, and he feels that he is maybe going to kill his baby, maybe kill his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend, so he locks the door pretending that there's nobody in there. But I think Young-hee maybe seen something inside of him and thought, you know what, I don't know if he can be trusted, is he too far gone? He said he was only going to kill 1 person. And she already knew that he'd passed because his number was announced earlier. So at this point he's just killing people for the sake of it.
He is, and it's also the person that he killed. I feel like if he just killed some randomer, he could be like, well, it's 1 less person we need to worry about. The 1 person he killed was someone that actually helped give birth to his child, so...
Suppose he doesn't know that. He didn't know. He didn't know she was in there.
Yeah, I guess he can claim that. But you know what? I thought this was probably scene of the episode.
Yeah, so then he lures Namju away, and then Yun-hee and Jumja, they go to the exit. We then get the fight between Daeho and Ji-hun. Ji-hun attacks him, finds him, the blood trail led him to him, he's got him down. Daeho says it's not my fault. He admits that he was never in the Marines. He admits that he's been a loser his entire life, but he just wanted to say he was to try and fit in with the rest of them, because maybe if he did, he would be saved, he wouldn't die. Then he's got a knife of his own and he stabs Ji-hun. Ji-hun then stabs him and we get a bit of a knife fight. Ji-hun chases him down, gets on top of him, starts choking him. Daeho's final words are, "It's all your fault, it's all your fault." But this doesn't stop Ji-hun. He chokes him out, strangles him, kills him.
Notice why though they had to try and spin this into a way where he was kind of provoked into it, when it looked like the whole episode he was bloodthirsty just to kill this guy.
Yeah, I think he was going to kill him anyway. But as soon as he does kill him, he pretty much accepts it is my fault. Now, whether he's accepting it or if he's just repeating, maybe he's just repeating what Daeho said, but he sits there after strangling Daeho and he says, "It's my fault." But the game at this point has already ended and he goes to stab himself and a guard shoots a knife away from him. Meanwhile, at the remaining exit, we have Jumja and Jun-hee. They're about to complete the game. And then all of a sudden, her son, young Seek, comes in. He hasn't killed anybody yet. There's like a minute to go. He tells his mom that he still needs to get a kill. He's not a killer. He couldn't do it. So therefore, he's going to kill Yun-hee. His mother says, "Don't be killing her. You can't do that. Kill me instead. I'm old. I've lived." But he can't do it. He can't kill his mother. So therefore, he pushes her aside. He goes to kill Yun-hee. And then his mom, Jumja, stabs him with her little, like, I don't know, she's had like some sort of blade in her hair. And momentarily this stops him. And she apologises. The time runs out. And then we get the guards coming round. And they basically end him because he failed his objective. And he wasn't able to kill anybody. Therefore, he did not pass. And she cries out as he's gunned down. And that was pretty much the end of the episode.
But you know what, though? He could have avoided this. There was a few people he could have killed this episode, and his arse folded. Not that it's an easy thing to do, like, but you know what? Did his mother job him out here? I can see why she did what she did. She didn't hit him with a killing blow, put it that way. She did it in a way to stop him from what he was doing.
Yeah, but I mean, technically, with less than a minute to go and no other blue shots in sight. I mean, this was.
Did she do all she could though? She literally said, "Kill me, don't kill her, kill me." Even grabbed the blade and put it into her a bit.
True, but I mean, at this point, I think the blow that she dealt may as well been a fatal blow.
Aye.
Anyway, that was it. That was pretty much a full game. I don't know. I thought the game was okay, but I was expecting it to be better.
I was expecting it to be better. I think it was just a bit. It was all of it. It was too chaotic. I think the best games in this show have got a bit of structure to them, and I think this was just all. You realised after like the mundane opening 10 minutes that this is just flawed. There's so many like loopholes. Like they can kill each other, they can take knives and shit like that. People can team up. 60, people can get half the kills.
60 people entered. How many people do you... I would say at least... I'd say we're probably down to about 20.
Yeah, I'd say, yeah.
If not, maybe less, because there was 30 in each team.
At least more than 30 have been killed easily.
Well, no shit. You had to have a minimum of 30 die.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
30 is the least amount of people you could lose.
If ever double killed it, those two were doing, that was stopping someone else from getting a kill. So I'd say there's probably about 22, 23 left.
Yeah, possibly something.
I think that gives you a decent amount. But again, we lost a lot of big hitters, but I wonder in this. It's the final season, man. We've seen in season 1, they fucking risked it all. They killed a lot. They killed pretty much everyone. They did. Probably Ji-hun, they kill everyone. Is there going to be a game that just decimates everyone? I have to wait and see.
Well, there's only
What's going to happen with the kid?
There's only 2 games remaining. I don't think they'll repeat the same thing that we got in season 1, where it's just one-on-one at the end. I think the final game could see multiple people in each team.
That's what it should be. It should definitely spin
Now, the final game, there should have been 3, but obviously... you know, one of them got killed just before the final game started. But like you said, we don't know how many people's in it. I mean, look at that bridge game. There was 16 people left, and after that wiped out 13. So the penultimate game could wipe out pretty much the remaining cast and leave 2 people, but I don't know. I think maybe rather than do that, I think it'd be a bit more interesting if they change up the final game, change up the finale. Because it's not like the final game's going to be Squid Game again.
No.
And I know that's the name of the TV series, but I'd be very surprised if we just got a straight one-on-one Squid Game finale again. I think we could see opposing teams, maybe like 3 versus 3 or 4 versus 4, something along those lines. I'm not too sure. That would be my guess.
Yeah, I think we'll get something like that, but I think it was better than the premiere. But the game was just, it lacked a bit of structure. Honestly, man, and I get it. I mean, people are killing each other, but I just expected this game to play out differently.
Yeah, I expected more. In terms of who's dead, Daeho, he is gone. Hyunju is gone. Youngsik is gone. And Seon Neo is gone. So I'd probably say, that is 4 main characters eliminated.
Yep, 4 down.
And there may have been a couple more where,
I've got a feeling, though, that episode 3 is just going to be a briefer episode.
I think that...
It's going to be I think it's going to be focused more on the island rather than the game.
True. Will episode 3, the ending, will that begin the next game, or will the 5th and penultimate game, maybe that'll be in between season 4 and 5, or episode 4 and 5? I don't know. Anyway, rating time, what are you giving it?
I'll give it a 7. Better than the premiere.
I don't know. Was it?
It was. No, like, it was all over the place and, like, a bit retarded in places, but I do think they made the deaths feel good, the meaningful deaths.
I actually, you know what, I will give it a 7 just for that reason alone. I personally didn't think it was that great, but they did kill off some big name characters, so therefore, had they only killed off just people with 8 numbers, had there been no major deaths, then honestly, I think...
I'll tell you what, though, I'll be massively disappointed if this is the best game.
Yeah,
It sounded so good, though, didn't it?
It did. I actually probably thought the build-up to the game was better. The people picking the numbers and the discussion over the knives. I thought the actual idea of the game was better than the game itself.
It was, pal.
Anyway, great. Maybe a good idea. Poor execution. Something along those lines. Anyway, guys, that's it. 7 out of 10. Until next time. Peace. The VIPs have arrived in the 3rd episode of Season 3, but for all I care, this could stand for very inadequate people, because I think they are the worst part of this show. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment. It is time to review Episode 3 of the 3rd season, and at the end of this, we are halfway through the final season of Squid Game. The VIPs have arrived. First of all, we see them dressed as soldiers, dressed as guards. They're eliminating the people that did not complete, the people that failed hide and seek, and then later it's revealed that they're not soldiers, they're actually the VIPs, and they just wanted to get their hands a little bit dirty. They wanted to kill some players. They take their masks off, and it's just a bunch of generic white guys and an Asian woman. It looks like she could have been part of the games. Later on, when we find out they're the VIPs, just nothing really happens. Once again, like Season 1, they bet on the players during the next game, and I just don't think the VIPs add anything at all. And to me, it just looks so phony. They don't come across as actual VIPs. We're supposed to believe that these are like mega rich people, and it just looks like a bunch of fucking bums wearing suits that just don't fit them. It's like, these don't look like rich people. They look like people pretending to be rich, and I know, it's a TV series, everyone's pretending, everyone's acting to be someone they're not, but I think the VIPs, especially this season, they reminded me of like those lame ads that you get. Oh, here's a billionaire, and it's just some, basic guy in a suit. They don't look like actual important people.
No, they don't. I think it ruined Season 1. It was the glass bridge game. It takes you out of it, and it took me out of the end of this. Like, you've got serious situations happening. People are getting killed. Decisions are being made, and it's cutting to these guys drinking with fucking gimp masks on, and we figurines bouncing over a bridge. It's like been minimised 100 times to showcase the game right in front of them. It's just fucking crap. And even the scene where it begins, the old white guy nearly gets stabbed to death, and there's not even like, the acting's just shit. Because you're led to believe that, well, he shouldn't really be getting in a situation where he's nearly getting stabbed, and it was almost like he was loving it.
Very important person almost died to a jobber. number 728
Yeah,
or
but
something.
there was no sign of him being scared or nothing, man.
Also, in season 1, at least you had Jun Ho infiltrating that area, and he was
Yep.
he captured one of the VIPs, and you had that element of it. That doesn't appear to be here this time. It's just a bunch of people that are supposed to be rich betting on games, but there's just not an interesting character between them. So the VIPs really take me out the game. This one was I think a slower episode, to be honest. We get all the players come back to the main waiting area. We see the baby, but for some reason, Mr. Coinman, Mion G, he doesn't want to really go over. I guess he feels bad for killing Hyungjo, and therefore he stays away from his baby and Yun Hee. But for me, that didn't make any sense. I mean, he did technically save her in that last game. If he didn't turn Namju away, then he would have probably killed everybody in that room because they were blue players, and by eliminating them, it would have added money to the prize fund. So, and eliminated 2 more players. So, I mean, technically, yeah, he went on a bit of a killing spree. He killed Yun Hoo, who I guess helped his girlfriend give birth, but that's still no reason, I think, for him just to avoid her for this entire episode. Why not actually show us a scene where he goes over and she says, "Stay away from me," or something like that?
Yeah, there's been enough, just a wee dodgy, couple of dirty looks, but I believe in episode 4 he's going to make some form of sacrifice to get her across the bridge. I think that's what it's building up to. But you're right, it's like it is his kid. And as we talked about in the last review, yeah, he killed her at the door, but he didn't really know what was going on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like it wasn't the most cold-blooded of kills, and also, man, everybody in here to a degree has done something dark.
Yeah, I mean, also at the end of the day, that's in their rules, man. It's like not great, but you go into these games. It's not like he killed her in the waiting area. It was like a murder. It was literally part of the game. If you're in the red team, you have to try and kill people in the blue team.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, he'd already passed, and I get it. But let's say he doesn't kill Hyunju. Hyunju could potentially have an opportunity to kill him in the next game.
I think once the games are on, all bets are off.
Yeah, I think so as well. I mean, unless you go into the game and you have an alliance, then you kind of betray someone, then you could argue that's shady. But I think under the rules of that game, I don't think him necessarily killing Hyunju was a bad thing. Because, I mean, there would be people in the red team that weren't bad people, but simply had to kill in order to survive, or else they would die. Speaking of saving his kid, or Hyunji saving her kid, Jumja, she certainly did not save her. She killed Young Suk at the beginning of the last episode, and honestly, didn't seem like she had any sort of remorse, or it didn't feel like it was bothering her that much. Let's put it that way. She was more focused on Young Hee and her child, and
stop the game!
She demands, pleads for everybody to stop, but we do the vote.
It's just cringe, man. Honestly, well, it's not cringe. It's just fucking repetitive. How many times did she do this in the last one? I mean, maybe she's taking out the guilt that she's, killed her son. She's screaming, but it's like I just don't understand it, man. I swear to fuck, I feel like we've seen this scene with her about 3 or 4 different times. Yeah, the voting is just overdone.
Yeah, she's begging the players to stop, but they ain't going to stop. Of course they're not going to stop. Now, I mean, technically at this point, if you leave, then you get all the money that's allocated right now split between you. So, for me, that surely should give people more of an incentive to stop.
No, I totally agree. I think there was 25 left after the last game, beginning of this episode. That's a lot of...
Let's see when it gets...
a lot of let's
take us down to the final 2. Why would you take a 50-50 chance of dying and not getting any money when you can walk away and get half the money, which is still a shitload?
Oh, I know, of course.
I mean, at what point is it actually retarded just to not take the money?
It's getting there.
I think we're at that point. I mean, I think they calculated it right now. It's about 1.7 billion between each player. That's a lot of money. I know we ripped the piss out of, Juan's not got much value, but 1.7 billion?
Let's find out what that is.
Right.
I'll find that out there.
He's going to find out how much worth that is. Then we see Jumja. She pleads with Jihan to help Yun Hee. Yun Hee needs all the help. Her and her baby. We need to save her. So we got an answer.
909,000. So
I mean, that's a lot of money. Come on.
Basically, You're not far off a millionaire.
But in Korea, you'd be a billionaire. So she pleads with him to, stand up. It's not your fault. You can't keep blaming yourself. We gotta stand up and be strong. We gotta help Yun Hee. And meanwhile, Coin Man just looks on, doesn't come over, doesn't interact, doesn't even say hello to his new baby. It's like, what the fuck is he doing? And then the next day, they wake up and a casket comes in, and it's for Jumja. She's killed herself. Was it I don't know, was her son's death hitting her hard? Possibly. Was it maybe humanity? Her seeing people continue to play the game and not vote to leave? We don't know, but again, just very repetitive. Reminded me of season 1 when the guy killed his wife in the marbles game, and then he took his life before the next game.
Yeah.
And that's literally what's happened here. The only difference is, instead of a husband taking his wife's life and then self-deleting himself, it's a mother essentially taking her son. So
I don't understand why she's done this, though, because it's like she literally killed her son to save her and the baby. You feel like she would keep herself alive,
yep,
as long as possible
to help
further their chances.
I mean, at this point, she'd have been better off. I know she did offer to give herself up, but she'd have been better off just grabbing her son by the arm and making him kill her.
Yeah.
So she's dead, and then I guess Ji-hun sees her death, and he's like, right, I need to man up here, and I need to step up, and I need to help Yun Hee, because, I mean,
he's finally snapped out of his wee trance.
Yeah, she's not got many allies left. Woo-suk, he's on to Captain Park. He goes to Captain Park's house. He sees photos of him fishing. Well, first of all, he was checking out the other fishermen, and no one's heard of Captain Park. And they haven't heard of the other guy who was with Captain Park either. So both of these sailors, both of these captains of the ships, looks like they're both frauds. He checks Captain Park's house, gets attacked by a dog, manages to put the dog down, bang, shot in the head. And then he looks at the photos on the wall, and he notices that one of the guys that is standing with Captain Park on his boat is none other than the recruiter that he seen in season 2, and he shot his boss. So at this point, he realizes that Captain Park is definitely in on it. He goes outside, he sees one of the guard suits with the mask, and he also sees a shitload of won stashed underneath this, it's like an underground barrel or something, like a hole that was dug. But before he can do anything, police arrive, and he gets arrested. So, yeah, not ideal. I'll see if he can talk his way out of it.
No, it's mad though, right? He could have gave this information, right, to Junso, and also pocketed the money for himself.
Yeah, but he doesn't want the money. He just wants revenge for his boss, so...
No, true, but here's a fucking lot of money. But then, I say that, it's a lot of money, but how much of it would have fit in that piggy bank? Above the players' room?
Oh, yeah, no.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Obviously it would fit, but... I mean, how much... it's 50,000 won, one note, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that's a lot. I don't know, it's a lot. Right, then we get introduced to the game, so it's very similar to the the bridge game, only this one's a bridge that you don't have to step over, but you have to jump because it's like a skipping rope, and the middle part of the bridge is broken, so you have to get across from one side to the other. Yun Hee brings her baby with her, which I thought was a really dumb idea. However, when you compare this to... I don't know if I'm right in season 1, after they complete the Stepping Stone Bridge, I don't think they go back to the main area.
No, they do.
No, I know they're in a different area when she gets killed, but I don't know if that's... I think that's a different area.
No, they definitely go back to that, I remember.
Well, the lights are on and it looks different.
No, it was definitely the same because Ji-hun goes up to the guards to try and get her help, and in between that...
You sure it wasn't a different room?
No, 100%, the same room.
Well, I don't know why
but she doesn't know that, you know what I mean? It's like the baby should just get... I mean, I get it, right? If she leaves the baby there and survives and comes back, it's not there, holy fuck, but... Surely that risk is better than taking the baby to the game.
Just doesn't feel like that. I think that the guards are wrong here. The front man always talks about how fair and giving an equal opportunity.
The VIPs wanted it though, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, potentially, but I think the fair thing should be for her to be able to leave her baby, and the baby's looked after, or at least not harmed, and she can go and play the game.
Well, see, you know what the problem is for me?
And also, I think her taking the baby puts it in harm's way.
The baby is not a player, right? What happens if the baby's like one of the final two? Are you trying to tell me that someone's going to split half the fucking wine, or that wine with it, without killing it? Fuck, of course they're going to kill it, man.
So they get. I think she's just putting the baby in danger. So they get to the game, and you have to get across the bridge. We have Namju. He's freaking out. He needs his drugs. Minsu has got the wee container. He shows him it. Namju wants it, so Minsu throws it onto the bridge because no one else was going. So I guess this was kind of their way of going, right, well, here, somebody's got to go. So this means
This was very clever.
yeah, Namju's going to go for it then, and he gets across to the halfway point, and he's doing pretty well, and he picks up his little necklace, and he looks inside to take some drugs, but it's empty. So he's been outsmarted here, and I guess at this point he just doesn't really give a shit that, or at least he momentarily forgets that the skipping rope's coming down. It catches him, knocks him off the bridge, and he falls about 500 feet. It looks like this bridge is even taller than the previous one. Unless it was just, I don't know, could have just been the angle we were seeing. So he's the first one to die. And at this point, I think there's only like 15 minutes to go. You've got 20 minutes to get across. You can go in any order, or you can go multiple people at a time. So Ji-hun goes with the baby, because Jun-hee can't really go. Her legs all messed up, her ankles completely bruised. I don't see how she's getting across with help or on her own or carrying a baby. So Jun-hee says he will go and he'll come back for her. And the whole time, Mr. Coinman, Myunji, is just doing nothing. It's like, wouldn't he go over and say, look, you might not like the fact I killed that tranny woman, but this is my baby, and I said I was going to do everything to help you survive, and I'm going to do that. I think that they've almost ruined Mr. Coinman's character. The fact he's kept this distance the whole time, and he's allowed another man to cross the bridge with his child. To me, this is damage that you cannot reverse.
Yes, and I feel like the only way for him to even begin to reverse
No, I don't think he can.
No, I don't think he can, but I think the only way for him is to sacrifice himself.
Nah, that doesn't even make any sense. Not for me. Not for me.
No, I agree. The damage is done, but I don't see a scenario where he lives.
I'm not even saying that he can't allow Jun-hee to take his child across the bridge. Maybe he thinks that Jun-hee's got the best, abilities and best chance of doing it. But the fact that he's just stood there and not even had a conversation about it, and not even interacted and went over a game plan, or gave the permission, or gave the okay, or even say, right, Ji-hun, you try and get my child across, and I'll look after Yun-hee. The fact he's not even got involved, completely butchered his character. But again, you look at how he acted in that last game, and he started like just killing people that he didn't necessarily need to kill in order to pass the game. Is he crossing to the dark side? Is he becoming an antagonist rather than a protagonist? I mean, maybe, possibly. But Ji-hun finally gets across, and then more people will come across. I guess they watch how Ji-hun did it. Although he did get stuck at the halfway point, because there is a big hole, big gap in the bridge. So, yeah, we have that. He gets across eventually, then more players join. The first couple of players I don't even think have any names. Or
this was the problem, though, because like once he gets across, he's like, oh, I'll come back. But then if you're meeting people in the middle, they're not going to be like, well, you just squeeze past us here and you go.
Yeah, he tried to come back, but people were already on the bridge.
And also, looking at my time we're wasting, folks, right? Realistically, I think it's going to take each person a minute. Now, you can do it quicker, right? But, it's life or death, literally, so you don't really want to, speed run it or go too slow. I think it's going to at least take him 3 minutes to get across, go back, then get back across, especially when he's carrying a baby. Second time, it's just him, but the third time, he's carrying her. So, 3 different weight distributions.
I reckon
you got to factor that in.
I reckon you'd be better. I think you could make a case your best way to get across this is literally just running it. Because you can run and jump while the skipping rope comes down at the same time. And if you're running across this,
you get
realistically,
so much more distance.
How many jumps would you need to complete? If you can take the gap in your stride and you can jump while running, I reckon you could maybe get across this in 2, 3 at the most skips.
Do you not think?
And I think
there should be like a Squid Game amusement park where you can do these games. Well, obviously,
I mean there will be.
No, there will be. Well, will there be yet? That's the key thing. But I'm talking about a specific game because it would actually be good to try out different things,
techniques.
Yeah, but obviously here, seeing the moment here, as much as we think running might be the better idea, it is.
It's riskier.
It's a lot riskier.
I mean, it's riskier, but you look at...
It's the sort of thing you try with 5 seconds left.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Ji-hun's tactics. There's, 24 people playing here? 23? Not everyone can afford to waste the amount of time he did. Now, you could argue, well, if they're not all waiting one at a time, then everybody can technically take 3 minutes because multiple people are going at the same. But I don't know. I think we will see the clock tick down, and I think we will see people begin to speed it up. We've seen a guy during the bridge game in the first season. He tried to speed run it, and he actually made like 4 or 5 steps before he crashed through. He realised that my chances of getting across are fucking pretty much nothing. So he just kind of lost the plot
Yeah,
and went for it.
I think this one's much easier than the bridge. I mean, the bridge one's
The bridge one's is chance, isn't it? Really, it's all about
just designed to kill people. This one, I feel like, is quite easy to a degree. I mean, realistically,
Yeah, I think the pressure to continuously time that jump would be tough.
no, it is. But 24 people go into the bridge one, 24 people go into this one.
Well, 24 people can survive this one. It's the chances of 24 people surviving the bridge one is fucking impossible.
But you know what? The guy at the end pushing other people off. I mean, realistically, shouldn't Jihan just kill him?
Yeah, so I think
he can't risk going back if this guy's there with the baby.
I think his number. Yeah, and you wouldn't even really trust the baby, would you? With this guy, who's to say he wouldn't throw the baby off there? So I don't know, but yeah, I think it's number 96. He gets across second, and then he tries to help other players across, but as soon as they make it, he pushes them off to their death. Jihan asks him, "What are you doing?" And he says, "I'm playing the game." So yeah, this guy's going to be a problem. If Jihan doesn't... I mean, if Jihan was fucking selfish, you could argue, well, yeah, why not let this guy push everybody off? But Jihan's not going to do that.
No, he's not. But I tell you what, though, see if like the biggest dog in the fucking yard got across first, you could just spam this manoeuvre. Push everybody off and take all the land for yourself.
You could, but at the same time, I guess you do risk someone could jump across, grab onto you, and maybe pull you off with them. So
absolutely. No, but see, once this guy has done this, right, to one person, he cannot be trusted.
No, I mean,
so once like 5 people got across and decided you killed him, this guy's just put a target on his back.
Yeah, he pretty much has to kill everybody that comes across now. Yeah, he's not going to make it, we all know that. Well, I think we can agree with that. Right, episode time. You know what, I do like the game. The bridge game was, I think, my favourite game in the season 1. This game, I don't know if it's as good as the bridge game, but it's different. So I like the fact. I mean, it's similar but different, and I like that. I think it'd just be lame if they completely, copied it and did the same game. But I don't like the VIPs. Be completely honest, I don't mind.
I don't like the cuts between the game and the VIPs. I hate that, man.
No, but I don't mind Ryu Suk, to be honest. I think he's all right. I don't mind his character. I kind of enjoyed him discovering the truth about Captain Park, but to me, I would just get rid of the VIPs.
Yep.
Also, the front man and Noel, they had a bit of a conversation. She says, right, you let me number 16 escape here, or else I'll reveal everything.
And then they find out, it was actually not the Doctor wearing the 246 jacket, so who the what's happening there, buddy? A lot going on there, so... A lot of moving parts, 3 episodes to go.
I'll give it a 6 out of 10.
I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
Right, there you go, guys. 6.5 out of 10. Catch you in the next one. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and peace. We are at the halfway point of Season 3, and unfortunately we're halfway into the skip and rope game, and Jihan has another 2 journeys to make. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment, here to review Squid Game Season 3, Episode 4. This one is called 222, and unfortunately for Jihan, even though he's made it across the bridge, he's got another 2 trips to go, because he needs to go back and get Yun-hee and help her, assist her cross this skipping rope game. So yeah, he's not in a good position, and speaking of a good position, none of the players are, apart from Jihan, the baby, and player 96, because 96 is just standing at the end of the bridge, and he's pushing all the other players off. He's not letting anybody pass. He tells Jihan, I'm playing the game, man. Me and you, we can split this money. We can vote to get out of here and walk away with everything. Now, is the guy technically correct? I mean, yes, but this is straight up murder, isn't it? And I mean, you could argue that all these people are slightly shady for playing these games. And yes, you might have to do something in a game that involves murdering someone or leads to someone's death. But do you not think like there's a difference between having an action that results in someone's death and then like straight up killing someone just to increase your profit of the pie?
No, totally.
your
This
slice
is
of the pie, or even.
aye. This ain't right. I know we kind of said in the previous review that once the game is on, all bets are off. But this is just. I, d- I feel like the games would have actually benefited if you weren't allowed to do this. Like, I get it. Oh, it promotes greed and bloodthirstiness and all that good stuff. Where like people see the red mist, so to speak, and they kill people to make more money for themselves. But it's like look at all the other situations across all these games. It's like at the same time we can blast this guy for like essentially doing a spamming maneuver, just pushing people off. But look in the previous game, Coin Man and Thanos' number two. They got through and then they just kept killing people anyway. I do feel like the games would have benefited if once you completed your objective, you weren't allowed to kill people or participate further. But then at the same time, I mean, I guess if you can't participate further in this game, then the whole element of Ji-hun wanting people across so he can get back across is out the window. But as for this game, I just with the entirety of season 2 and 3, they had a lot of potential. This game just looked a bit cheap to me. It looked a lot heavily CGI, a lot of CGI going on in this third season, man. I don't know, the baby CGI, the dog was CGI. This skipping rope thing looked incredibly CGI.
It was a cheap rip-off version of the glass bridge.
Yes,
stepping stones.
Absolutely. And I get it. They want similar games, but for me, I think there's a million things you could have done better than this game. It was almost too basic of a game to waste with CGI. Could have made it very more overcomplicated, but we see people fall off.
Yeah, player 100 then basically pleads. He says, Yonde. He says, right, come on, let me through. I'll give you half my money and I'll help you push the rest of them off. So this guy, again, just proving that he is nothing but a selfish prick and that he will take lives in order just to get a little bit of money. But when you're 10 billion won in debt, then I guess that's what you've got to do. So Ji-hun then pushes player 96 away, and then this allows some of the other people to get across, and we start to see people filtering across, and then we get a conversation with Jun-hee and Coinman Minji. He says, right, come on, we got to go, we can't stay here. And she basically says, I can't believe what you did in that last game. You killed her, and she was just helping bring this baby. You know, she was doing good. She helped me have the baby. She helped your kid get born, and you killed her. He says he didn't know. He says he was just trying to, do his best at the game. At this point, does he deserve another chance? I mean, maybe, I guess. But she says that baby's got nothing to do with a piece of shit like you. And that's pretty much it. Tells him to, go fuck yourself.
But see, this is just like forcing the agenda. Like, I mean, I'm not saying that we wouldn't have cared if this was somebody else, but I feel like this was just extremely heightened and forced just due to the fact that it was a transgender character.
Who's Minwee?
Pregnant woman. What's her name?
Yun-hee?
Yun-hee. Right, sorry guys, sorry. Minhee's the other woman who got killed by Thanos' number 2 many moons ago, but it's like, look, he killed her, right? Because he heard the baby crying in that room, and he might have thought, fuck, that's causing a threat to my kid. And obviously we find out in a few episodes' time that this guy really give two shits about his kid. But it's like, look at the mother and son. She killed her own son, but that was like portrayed as this like heroic act to save the baby and kid. I just think the writing is all over the place, man. See season 1 of Squid Game. I think it holds up against any season 1 in TV history, man. I'll be honest with that. But see season 2 and 3.
Really? Because we reviewed it and I'm pretty sure you give it a 7 out of 10.
No, well, maybe... No, but you know what, though? See, season 1's hard to get right. Honestly, name me a TV show where, like, season 1 is by far and away its best season. Honestly, the one that comes to mind for me is Prison Break. Prison Break season 1, for me, probably is the best season 1 that I've seen. Just drops off a cliff a bit after it, but...
It depends. It really depends, because... If you've got a show if you've got a show that plans to go like 5, 6, 7 seasons, then season 1 will mainly be, I think, character building, and you're setting it up as you go. But if you're only planning on doing like maybe 2 or 3 seasons, then I think season one's got just as good a chance because you can't really afford to start off at a slower pace.
I think the problem for me though is I don't think nowhere near enough people appreciate it season one. You're right, I gave it a 7. See, in hindsight, I'd probably give it higher. Like, was some of the acting funny? Right? Yeah. I actually feel like I think season 2 delivered better acting in places than season 1. I do not know what the fuck happened for season 3, man. But see season 1, seriously underrated. It looks like an absolute untouchable masterpiece compared to this third season, man. I cannot believe how butchered it is. So when you look at the structure of all the games in season one and the characters and the people's deaths and how like the see the characters like dedicated time to, each of their deaths in season one mattered. They felt impactful, and characters that survived due to killing them or just managing to escape them or whatever, like you felt the weight on their shoulders. See, in this season, man, people are dying. People like that number 100 guy. How many times did we hear him spew the shite of, "Oh, you help me, then we'll kill them all," or something along those lines? It was the same pish, copy and paste.
We got a lunchbox.
Fuck that, man. That's a lunchbox I want no part of.
Right, 96 attacks Ji-hun. Ji-hun then does like I don't know, some sort of front kick over like a suplex type maneuver, and then he flies onto the bridge, and then 96 looks up and bang, the rope takes him off, kills him. Everyone then gets across. Coin Man is last. Some guy falls over the jumping part. He's holding on. He asks Coin Man to help him, save him. Coin Man doesn't. Coin Man just goes on. I don't know if this is their way of trying to portray Coin Man as, oh look, he's too far gone. He didn't help this dude. He just jumped over him. But I mean, honestly,
you know what? I
don't think you have enough time. See, if
we counted it it's about 3.25 seconds, right? You do not have enough time to pull someone up.
And why should Coin Man at this point? Like, I mean, if it was his fucking ex-girlfriend, I could understand it. Like, but I just don't think that Coin Man's got any sort of loyalty to this guy, and
so it's plot purposes, right? They're not going to put Ji-hun in a situation like this because it would make him look bad. But they'll put Coin Man in it to make him look bad, even though realistically you just do not have enough time to help him.
Well, I think he already looked bad when he killed Day-Ho, but right, then we've got about a minute 20 to go. Coin Man gets across. Ji-hun then's going to come over the bridge, and Yeon-hee tells him not to bother. She says, "Look, just you get out here. Please keep my baby alive," and she accepts it. There's no time, and she just throws herself off the balcony or whatever you want to call it, and then that's it. Player 222, eliminate it, and that's it. Sacrifices herself so that Ji-hun doesn't risk his life, and then therefore there's a better chance of her baby surviving. Don't know how Moon-ji felt about this, to be honest. I mean, I think when he starts to cross the bridge, he's accepting that she's dead anyway. It's not like he needed this to realise, well, that's her gone.
You know what?
What do you think is going to happen?
He showed a lot of remorse here. He was crying. He was upset, right? But to me, it's like, well, these just crocodile tears, because what we see later on, it's like he's literally willing to kill the kid. If he really cared about her, right, which it looked like he did, to a degree, would he just be willing to kill the baby?
Yeah, and then...
Another thing you've got to bear in mind here, folks, right? Why are we pretending that the baby gets all the money? Like, splits half the money with him? He's its father. Would he not be in control of its fucking card?
Yeah, but he doesn't do anything. He doesn't go and see the baby. He doesn't speak to Ji-hun. But you can argue he's trying to keep his cards close to his chest, but, I mean... No, I don't think so. And then you also had Thanos in Season 2 realise that there was something going on between the two. And then you felt like perhaps that would maybe lead to something, but...
It never did.
It didn't get revealed till the...
What we see here is a few of the contestants discussing here. We're going to get 5.6 million won each. Yes, that's brilliant. That's enough for me. That's enough for you. He owes 10 million won, so it might not be enough for him. We cut to the VIPs. They're like, oh... This sucks. This ain't that good. Let's put the baby in. 222 can live through the baby. And then the front man's like, yes. He agrees to it. Which, to me...
I think this ruins the front man's character.
I think it's ruined the fucking... Honestly, I think including the baby in the rest of the games was the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, I mean, but these games are supposed to be a bit fair. Everyone's got an equal chance, equal opportunity. We believe in fairness and equality. What is fair about having this baby in the game? Absolutely nothing.
Yeah. Like, think how much more interesting, right? The last game would have been without the baby.
This baby didn't vote or agree to come.
Yeah, no, it
It
didn't.
is fucking insane.
They literally point out at the dinner scene, right, that here the due to 222 being unable to make a decision or physically move, it forfeits its vote. Well,
But you're making it play the games, even though you just said it's unable to make a decision. Doesn't make any sense. I mean, I think they should have kept the baby till the end. But then again, they don't know Jihan's going to survive. And let's be honest, if one of the other people survive, they ain't going to want it. They probably should have just took the baby off Jihan. But then again, they want to have the ending where he sacrifices himself for the baby. So therefore, the baby needs to be there, I guess.
no,
But
Jihan should have did. He should have hid the baby under the fucking bed and pretended to carry it with him.
is he ever going to go back to the bed?
Well, that's a problem for him, like, but
Anyway, the VIPs absolutely suck. We get the 6 players having a vote. 203 tells one of the guys, you're either in or you're not, so fuck off. They're all going to agree. The VIPs were worried that people would just take the money now and end it. But it turns out Frontman's got a plan. He's like, no, they were not going to do that because they'll know they're guaranteed to survive the final game. They find out that they're not getting a split of 8. That's actually a split of 9. And everyone starts losing their shit over this. They're getting a lot of money. Whether you split it by 8 or 9, it's a shitload of money. Yet people, they just turn bloodthirsty, and all of a sudden they want to kill this kid just so they can get an increase of.
I think their argument's correct, right, to a degree, because they're saying, well, why is the baby here, right? Its mother died. 222 died. Why should 700 million be put back into the pot with the baby participating? But where you've got to draw the line is like 6 of these guys are willing to literally kill a baby. It's retarded. Do you not agree though? Their beef with the number being reinstated from 8 to 9, I think it's a valid point. It's like, well, why that's never happened before. And then they're like, well, if I died, do my kids get my share? It's a valid point to bring up. The baby should never been a part of it, man. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of
No
shit.
wonder they feel aggrieved. It was just a forced plot point.
They go to kill the baby, but then the guard says that there'll be no more killing allowed outside of a game. So, yeah, there you go. But they plan on murdering Jian and they plan on murdering the baby, so it is what it is.
But at the same time, it's like Ji-hun, when he meets with the front man, he's like, here, they're plotting against you, you need to kill them in their sleep. But they just said there's no killing allowed outside the game, so what would have happened if Ji-hun actually did slice all their throats?
Yeah, Jian then meets with the front man. Front man takes his mask off. It's revealed to be Eno. Jihan initially is upset. He grabs a knife, but Eno just says, right, you can kill me if you want, but someone else will just take over.
This didn't do it for me, man. This should have felt monumental, but like we said, the damage is already done at this point. To me, the show is almost past redeeming itself, where these two meeting face to face, it should have felt massive. This should have been like one of the ace cards, and it just fell a bit flat.
Yeah, it was talked up how good this confrontation was, and I mean, for me, it didn't really. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it didn't blow me away. You know, I was expecting some Oscar-like performance shit, and I don't think we got that. That's for sure. Captain Park, he's on the phone. He's been compromised, so the police phone him after his place is broken into. So he now knows that there's someone onto him.
And him and boat 2 gets fully wiped out. Park wipes everyone out but 2. He's about to kill the main leader, the mercenaries, but then what happens?
Team leader Kim.
Aye, team leader Kim, he gets his gun shot away, but then our detective friend shoots the big harpoon through Park's chest. He dies after like a couple of words. He's like, we'll never find the island, too late. Oh, why'd you keep me alive? He told me to.
I was following orders. So, we had Woo-Suk in the police station. He wanted his phone call, but they wouldn't give him it. And instead, they phoned Captain Park first, and they explained that, this guy broke into your place claiming that you play these games and all this shit, and he killed your dog. And, Captain Park at this point just went into his closet and took out a big fucking M16 and went to town. But Captain Park's now dead. They know he's the traitor. Earlier, he basically crossed out a section of the map where he said the island wouldn't be. And this gets Yun-Ho to believe that perhaps this is where the island actually is, because obviously he knows now this guy's trying to put them off the trail. And he thinks that perhaps, yeah, he has misled them. So, I mean, at least Yun-Ho's closing in on the island now. It took him about, 8-9 episodes to get to this point, but at least he's... at least he's...
Just a waste of this character at this point. It's like... Just... I mean, by the time we're going to get there, folks, it's the damage is done. I just can't believe it, man. I'm so disappointed. I was looking forward to it so much.
Yeah, then Noel manages to escape the island with player 246, but she gets called by the masked officer who says, "You're going to that amusement park, aren't you?" And then at this point, she does a 180. She gets 246 to drop her off and says, "Right, you need to go, get to shore, phone the police. Your daughter's in danger." He's like, "How do you know my daughter?" But she doesn't really reveal that, and then we see her planning to get back in to the island. And that's pretty much it. You know, he leaves, she starts climbing back up the island. We've got Yun-Ho heading in the right direction. He's still at sea, though. It's fucking hell. I mean, this Noel character, and I get it, she knows where the island is, but she left the island and then returned to it literally within the space of 10-15 minutes.
Yeah.
Whereas Yun-Ho spent 10 episodes trying to find it.
But another thing I don't really like about season 3, Ji-hun hasn't, apart from this game, do you not think for the first 3 episodes it didn't feel like he was the main character? He was kind of just sitting there, handcuffed, fucking depressed at his tits, not doing much. It doesn't feel like he's top dog. And see the mission that began at the start of season 2, where he hired these loan shark guys to search for the Dajaki man with the detective. It's like the mission was for him to infiltrate and for them to find the island. But there's like, if you say it just doesn't feel like that even happened. It's like Ji-hun. Is he not looking at his imaginary watch? Like, where the fuck are these guys?
Well, obviously he knows that the tracker's gone, so...
No, yeah, I know he knows the tracker's gone, but for fuck's sake, man,
But that's another thing, spoiler alert, guys, if you know the ending, like, Ji-hun doesn't get any closure that way.
Nothing. Yeah, nada.
See, for all Ji-hun knows, they've just given up and stolen his money.
Yeah. But we'll get to it, man. We'll get to episode 6.
But they don't know where... Yun-Ho knows where his money was, and so did the other guy.
Yep.
For all Ji-hun knows that they've went, fuck it, finding this island's too hard, let's just go and steal his 56 billion won.
Wouldn't have been as bad if he won again.
I could fucking get that back up to 100.
Aye, but...
Anyway, guys, that was episode 4. I think this was the last good episode of the season, but I don't know if I'd describe it as good, to be fair.
I'd give a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, I think I'll...
Straight down the middle.
I think it went downhill after the game.
Yeah, but I think the game was poorly written. Just, it's like you've got them fighting.
Yep, fighting.
You've got them fighting like at the exit of like the path, and like it's like move out the way. I'm tired of jumping. It's like, can you not fucking see that? Yes, they may be blocking like the actual exit, but you can still get past them.
You just jump over them, wouldn't you?
Yeah, or like, even the guy that was blocking them right at the start of the game. Yeah, he's obviously blocking it. But see if you jump and then ran for 3 seconds and tackle it, he's not able to push you off.
Especially if Brock Lesnar. Like.
Oh, no one's Brock Lesnar here. Just
not even close.
Just a bunch of... I tell you what, right? See, as woke as the American version could be, at least you could get like different variations of people in terms of like size and stature. I feel like everybody in this is kind of similar. Aye,
well, that's it, guys.
Like, they're all like 5'10".
He's giving it a 5. I'm going to give it... I'll get a 6. So it's a 5.5 out of 10. 2 episodes to go.
It's downhill for here.
Which Korean show are we watching next? I hope it's Squid Game Season 4, not that much.
Nope.
Anyway, guys, that's it. Till next time. Disappointing. And I think the last 2 episodes just get worse. But we'll be back to review them. Sad. Very sad. But here, sometimes it happens, when they get greedy and they just try and milk stuff. I do think there was potential for a season 2, but you know what? I think when they split it, into 2 seasons when you knew it was realistically just one season. It was a disaster. I think the writing was on the wall. The writing's on the wall. It was great straight from the beginning. They took a plot that lasted for 1 season and they decided, you know what, we're actually going to slow this pace down. We're going to put in a bunch of filler and we're going to actually get 2 seasons out of 1.
See the last 2 episodes, it almost feels like they were written as a fuck you to Netflix. Like, here, we didn't want to do this, but you made us do it.
Could have been.
I feel like the final game, and especially the final episode, were written as bad as possible.
No, I agree.
And not in terms of, here, that's the worst ending, as in, like, it's the saddest, tragic ending. A lot of it is sad and tragic, but it's how you get there. But we'll get to it later on.
We literally, because the skipping game ends about 10 minutes, 15 minutes into the 4th episode. You almost have 3 full episodes with just 1 game remaining.
Yeah. A lot of it's tragic, man. 5 out of it.
And I gave it a 6, and that last game took way too long. Squid.
Oh, it was disgusting. Oh, fuck, I can't wait to rant on it, man.
Anyway, guys, that's it. Till next time, 5.5. Peace. It is the penultimate episode of Squid Game Season 3. It's the penultimate episode of the entire series. And we are getting ready to play Squid Game. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment. Here to review Season 3, Episode 5 of Squid Game. And no, we're not playing the PlayStation, but this episode is called Zero Triangle Square. Or should I say circle, not zero. Circle, triangle, square. The only thing we're missing really is an X, and it would just bring you back to the classic PlayStation controller.
It would be, but I tell you what, man.
I wonder why there was no X.
I'm not sure why there wasn't an X.
Could there have been a Mr. X, a big zombified
I guess there was
that...
a few X's throughout the show. We're voting no for the games, but Squid. Easily the worst game.
Now, is it the worst game in terms of just the rules and the gameplay of it?
Yep.
Or do you think it is the worst game because of the way it played out?
I think a bit of both, right? Because I think there is some games that are destined to be great no matter how it's written. But this was fucking rank rotten, man. There's no 2 ways about it. It's like, maybe the writing was on the wall. See, when you seen there was 9 of them going into it and 3 had to die, and there was like no women, and like 6 of them were bad. I mean, come on, pal. But yeah, to me.
Also, you look at. I think when you look at Squid Game, people will say it's woke because they included the trans person, right? I don't think that's the case, right? And I shit on. I mean, I shit on a lot of entertainment. If I think anything is woke, I'll call it. But I can't sit here and say that I think Squid Game Season 2 and Season 3 went completely woke just because they had a trans character in it.
No, you're right. No, it's more woke than Season 1, yes, but that's because Netflix forced them to put the character in. In terms of how well it could have been 100 times worse.
And when you look at it, like, I mean, there really wasn't that many women towards the end.
No.
Which I think would make sense. I think if you're playing physical games, I think it would make sense if you start with 456 players, see when you get down to the last 20, see if there's only like 2 or 3 women left, I think you can make a case that's about right.
Yeah, I'd say so. Absolutely.
Because let's assume that out the 256, right, even if we're assuming that it's half and half in terms of gender, would you not expect more women to die than men, especially when you look at some of the games? Or, like, when you've got, for example, the tug-of-war game. Like, 100%, if a team mainly made up of women, you'd expect to lose that game. Because it's due to strength.
No, absolutely. Of course you would. And that's another good game, Tug-of-War.
Right? But
I
guarantee you, in this American version, it's not going to go down that way.
Of course it won't. No. But what they'll either do one or 2 things. They'll either not include that many physical games, or they will try and pretend that, like, women are just as strong as men. Which I could probably see the latter, to be honest. But anyway, forget about America. It's all about Korea, pal. Alright, South Korea.
Aye, so Ji-hun debates whether he should accept In-ho's offer to kill all the remaining players. He's got the knife, he walks up to player 100, and I'm thinking, do it. Fucking do it. But does he do it? No, what we get is we get like a little, I guess a flashback of Ian Ho when he was in the games, and we had Il Nam, who sadly is no longer with us. He's not dead; he's just in jail. So, yeah, I think he's doing a year in jail. The guy's what 81. Hopefully, he makes it out. Anyway, someone didn't give him the green light, and he proceeded to play. So,
You got a year for it. So.
yeah. Anyway, I mean, at least he didn't get eliminated, I guess. But
well, I don't even know the details about that fucking case. What happened? Is he guilty? Well, I mean, I know he went to jail, but
I don't know. If anybody wants a full explanation, a full in-depth video of what Il Nam did, then let us know. But we see Il Nam talking about, oh, these people will try and kill you next game. You should eliminate them now. And Inho, I guess, does. And we see him kill them all. And does that mean Inho didn't even play the final game? Because we literally just see... And by the way, it was hard to tell, right? I can't guarantee it. But there was like 6 beds. He killed everybody. And once again, it looked like they were all men. So they are showing that more often than not, it's men that get to the latter stages.
yeah, but is this not like a shite end to the games? Like him just killing
Yeah,
people
the
in their bed?
VIPs wouldn't have been happy, would they?
But again, this is probably El Nam trying just to recruit him to be the front man.
Yeah, so we see him do it, but Ji-hun can't do it, and then we get a little, I guess, he envisions Kyang Sang-byuk from the first season. She says, don't do it, you're not a murderer, this isn't you, you're a good person. And, I mean, he doesn't do it. Now, I accept that he is a good person, despite the fact they had a flaw this season where he killed Dae-ho, and I don't think that was right. How can he accept killing Dae-ho, but he won't kill these people that have made it abundantly clear that they're going to kill him and the baby just to get an extra couple of... It's not even an extra 2 billion each. It's like 1.7 billion each.
Is it a case of more though he's killing them in their sleep and it's not a fair tango?
Oh, so it's fair for them to just chuck an innocent baby off some fucking Sky Squid?
Well, I guess they didn't know what game it was going to
They
be.
were going to kill the baby before the game started, and then the guard intervened. Come on.
But this is where the writing's just fucking up the wall, because...
I think for his promise that he made to Yun-hee, and I think for the sake of babe, I'd say this would be justified kills.
No, it would be, but...
The only 2 I wouldn't justify would be... See, I don't... Min-C, I'd say no.
Junkie?
Aye. I don't think that would be a justifiable kill. And obviously Coin Man, even though he wasn't for let's kill the baby when they were storming over, he was obviously on the other side.
But the problem
then
is,
he votes to play the game, and he's putting that baby in crazy danger.
But say he kills them in their sleep, right? How does Sky Squid play it with the 4 of them? 3 have to die and there's only 4 of them. Know what I mean? That's a problem in itself. Is Ji-hun going to push Junkie Boy off the first game? I'm not convinced.
That's a good question, actually.
And then you get to the middle one that's like, well, what's Ji-hun going to do? Is he going to kill this guy? When does he reveal that he's the baby's father?
I guess they couldn't stop the game at that point, no, because they've already voted to play it.
Aye.
I mean, that's interesting.
It would have been a sticky situation.
I mean, at that point, does he maybe just kill a couple of them and leave 3 alive and take your chances?
Potentially, but here it didn't happen, did it? He keeps them all alive, despite wee visions of like maybe thinking about doing it.
Yeah, so, right, then the next day we get the final game and they make their way to it. It's going to be Sky Squid. Noelle returns to the island and she confronts the masked officer at gunpoint, forces him to erase all the records of player 246. He
This
says,
just felt like filler, didn't it, man? Honestly.
yeah, he says that there's more records upstairs. There's physical copies after he deleted the ones on the computer. He leads the way upstairs, but we get a fight, breaks out, and he gains the control. He basically beats her up and stabs her a couple of times, and then he says, like, I brought you here. I thought you'd see things my way, but I should have thrown you into the games with the rest of the trash. And he reveals the reason why he is, happy to do the organ harvesting, because he lost a family member in North Korea due to the fact they couldn't get a kidney. He lost someone close to him, And he's like, you know what, we've got all these kidneys here, yet I couldn't get one when it mattered. So, I mean, I'm assuming it was a lack of finances thing that done it for him.
It appeared to be that, but...
And I don't know, maybe that makes him sick when he can see like all the people that are maybe dying and don't have to use their organs, have no longer need for them, yet he couldn't get one to save us. And he draws comparison between that and her kid. Now, I can't remember why did she leave her kid? I thought her kid was dead, to be honest.
I honestly have no idea. No idea in the slightest.
Anyway, she crawls towards the elevator and he realises too late that he says he ain't going to be able to escape because you need my card, but he forgets that the gun is inside the elevator. She opens up the door, he runs, jumps to try and get it, and she shoots him about 4 or 5 times. That's him dead.
I just don't believe this should be taking up like 25 minutes of the second last episode, and that's what it did.
I think that it was alright, but I think that it was missing build-up.
No, absolutely. It's like...
I think we should have got more. I think they could have gave us more of this throughout the season.
Like,
yeah, they did have the odd conversation, but...
No, but he's on a bit like, oh, when I took you for North Korea, I made you a guard and I should put you in the fucking games. It's like, most people probably don't even fucking remember their beef. Do they? Because I fucking didn't, to a degree.
Alright, well, anyway, that's him dead, and she then, I guess she just sits there and...
cries while pointing a gun into her mouth.
Yeah, a bit wounded, she's going to kill herself. Right, we go to the Sky Squid, so all these players are on platforms, it's 3 platforms, you need to push one off while the game is active, and then advance to the next platform. So there's 9 players, you need a minimum of 3 deaths here. And you think you've got 15 minutes between each game to kill someone. So the game starts, and honestly, what we have is the 6 players that wanted to continue the game. They bicker, they complain, they argue, they reason, they come up with all these game plans, all these methods of how they can push or who they're going to push off. Oh, Jihan's got the baby strapped to him. How do we separate him from the baby? How do we get him? How do we pull him into the middle? Oh, one of us needs to go over, we need to draw lots, we need to do this, we need to do that. Honestly, man, this is really bad. I don't know how anyone can sit and watch this and go, oh no, that was a great game, that was amazing. And what made it worse is, they would cut from this to the VIPs, or the 100% the worst thing about this show.
Yeah, like, I know it was a wee bit before, but seeing you had the dinner scene, man, with the babies, like, sitting drinking the milk, and they're all around the table, I mean, it's like...
I don't know why that bothers you so much, because it didn't bother me.
Because it just shouldn't be there. The baby should not be in the fucking game.
Yeah, but at this point they're treating it like a player, so I guess it deserves a good meal like the rest of them, doesn't it?
A good fucking meal.
No,
no problem with me here is, right? These guys are debating killing Ji-hun, and like he keeps the knife hidden until the second shape. What I think would have been better is if he whips the knife out here and he's like, if any of you come near me, I'm slicing and dicing you. So they're like, right, okay, we can't go near him because he's got a weapon that can kill us. So we'll push off Junkie. No, honestly, man, 15 minutes to decide to kill a Junkie. See, what's his name, the Junkie?
Min-C.
Min-C, right? He's not. I think it's a bit unfair to call him a Junkie because he's really not. He just
Min-Su, even.
Min-Su. He just took the drugs last episode so he could prevent the other guy from taking them. But this guy is seeing Thanos. He's seeing the other guy, and they're debating what to do. And it's like, this guy is literally at the fucking edge. Just push him off. It was ridiculous, man. Honestly, see, no, a problem for me as well here. They were giving them too much time on these platforms. 15 minutes per platform. Plus there was time for moving from each platform. Plus there was also time factored in to actually hit the button to begin the game. Holy shit, man. I have never seen time wasted like this so much. 6 guys discussing what to do. Like, they've just discovered how to speak. Or how to think. It's like, Mr. 100's like, oh, this is why this young kid, he's got a good head on him, huh? What, because he said, we should probably focus on killing the Junkie because Ji-hun's pretty inseparable from that kid.
Garbage, right? So Min-Su dies, they all advance to the next one, then they need to decide who we're going to push off first, Ji-hun or the baby. It doesn't really matter because they need to separate them.
Let's draw lots, let's tie our jackets together.
Rock, paper, scissors, rock, paper, scissors. So they tie their jackets together, one of them leans in to try and get him. Ji-hun then cuts the jacket that's holding him, so the guy's not got his safety net, so to speak. And then Coin Man comes up with a pole and he pushes off one of the guys that continued to play the game. And then him and Jihan turn around, they face the rest, and they're upset because they believe that Coinman has screwed them over. Coinman at this point reveals himself to be the father.
But see, that's what I don't get, right? So somebody's already fell off the second shape. Why isn't this right? We need to go to the final shape. But what happens is, he reveals he's the father. Then, while him and Jihan are kind of looking at each other, the other guys are like, let's get ourselves a lunchbox. And then they start battering the weakest guy out the four.
Yeah, and then player 100, we got a lunchbox, folks. We beat him up, then we take him to the next platform and we throw him off. It's a lunchbox. And it's like, really? A fucking lunchbox, man?
You know, we've watched a lot of shows, right? I think this is probably the worst sequence in a TV show I've ever watched.
It could be. Now, the lunchbox is ready to go, and Ji-hun has got the final say, and he's like, no, let's draw lots. Now, see at this point, is it a bit unfortunate for the guy that got selected to be the lunchbox? Yes, but all those guys were willing to kill Ji-hun and the baby.
What the fuck's the lunchbox though? The lunch? Why is he called the lunchbox? Well, because they can carry him?
Pretty much.
It's a fucking load of shit. No, but then when like
no, but the game could have ended here.
See, each time though they discuss the lots, it's like then they're like, a vote, democracy. It's like, why are these guys speaking like they've just like managed to function for the first time? Honestly, man, maybe we need to rewatch this when they're actually speaking in the fluent Korean. Because see, watching it in the English dub, it was like watching 9 guys at a special school trying to put like shapes together in the right places. Because I don't understand what this was.
Yeah, but Ji-hun, he thinks the lunchbox thing's unfair. He's like, no, we're going to draw lots. Every one of us will draw lots apart from the baby. And see, at this point, it's like, I think he should have just went with the whole lunchbox thing. Him, the baby, and Coinman would have survived. But at the same time, do I think any of those people deserve the money? No.
No, they don't, but at the end of the day, it's like you're outnumbered. You don't really have a good chance against them. But...
and if you're going to start shit, then I think you should start it when you get to the...
And let's discuss another thing here, right? See, obviously Ji-hun's not going to let this baby get hurt, and we've got the father of the baby, right? But see, when push comes to shove, folks, at this stage there's 7 left, correct?
Yep.
Lunchbox is one of them?
Yep, and the baby, yep.
Who's like least deserving of the money at this stage? Like who's lost the least? Like the baby has not lived a life. There's nothing to it. Its mother's dead. Its father pretty much wants nothing to do with it. It's like, who at this stage of the game should be the perfect choice to die on the last shape? It realistically should be the baby. See, as sick as it is, it's like, it's just fucking ridiculous. Like, what's going on here? No, I agree though.
I can see that logic. I can see, well, here, the baby probably doesn't even know it's alive, does it? It's got no memory.
It's got no feeling. Like, it just cries. Like, say you want, yeah, they're all scumbags, most of them. But they've had to make sacrifices and endure, like, mental torture and physical torture to get to this stage of the game.
But they chose that, the baby didn't.
Look, I agree, but I think the easy way out here is to kill the baby.
Well, Ji-hun's not going to do that,
No,
is he?
he's not going to do that, but I get it, killing the baby's a sick, heinous thing to do, but it's like, the baby is the easiest target. Maybe apart from the lunchbox guy, but then it probably is the easiest.
Well, I'd say the lunchbox guy still could put up more of a fucking fight.
No, he could. Oh man, I can't, see watching this, I couldn't believe what was unfolding in front of my eyes.
Yeah, so they want to draw a lot. Ji-hun wants to draw lots. And then player 203 is not really happy. He's like, nah, we've already got the lunchbox. They should have just moved to the final squid. Then they start brawling. Ji-hun stabs 203. Coinman pushes off one of the other guys. They're both dead. Then player 100 is like, those bastards deserve it. Oh shit, what we got to do now? The lunchbox! Yes, we got the lunchbox. We take the lunchbox over and we split the money. We split it. 11.7 billion won each. And then Coinman looks at him and he's like, but hey, you can have, I only need 10. You can have the rest of my share. And then Coinman does some maths and he's like, yeah, but if I push you off, my share is like 12 point something, blah, blah, blah. So that's what he does. And player 100 dies and it's like, thank God. They finally got rid of this guy.
Thank God, but why did Conman kill him? Why not just kill him in the final game?
Well, I thought he had the lunchbox, but then he turns around and the lunchbox is like, I don't want to be a lunchbox. And he jumps off.
But the coin man notices that the lunchbox guy is crawling to the edge. Doesn't he?
Yep.
But see, no, I don't get, right? He says he doesn't want to be the lunchbox. Why wouldn't he take his chances getting to the final shape? Broken leg or not, would you not rather some form of fucking defence? You've made it that far. Yes, you've got a broken leg. I'm sure you're in fucking agony. Or go out in his own terms. How about you fight for your fucking one?
With a lunchbox?
Aye.
I guess his leg's broken. I mean, what can he really do? See, because what he was willing to do, though, right? And he's willing to kill that. But should he not do the honourable thing? And maybe he's not thinking this way because he knows he's pretty much dead. Could he not have just crawled over to the next and then threw himself off?
Yeah.
And let those three live?
Yeah, but at the same time, if he crawls over to the final thing and they press the button and it's Coin Man, guy with a broken leg, Ji-hun and the baby, is Ji-hun going to kill this guy? I don't think so. Even though he should. Is he?
I think Coinman certainly would.
Yeah, but then is Ji-hun going to be fine with that? I think this guy throwing himself off is a bit stupid, and I also think the fact Coinman's seen it happen and didn't make any attempt to get over to him was fucking
Well,
retarded.
he did.
No, we rewatched it earlier, right? See, once he kills number 100, he turns round, and this guy is like at least a couple of metres from the edge, and he just stands and watches him.
I know, but I don't think he knew what he was going to do. As soon as he realises he's going to throw himself off, he runs over. But
Well, you know what, man? There's one on the line here. He should be fucking running over immediately.
yeah, so what this means, after player 39 commits suicide, it means that we've got 3 players left, Ji-hun, Coinman, and the baby, and at least one of them is going to have to die in the final game in order for, 2 players to win. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Yun-ho then rescues player 246. He executes the guards that were sent to capture him, and then he decides to make his way to the island, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Is there going to be a great confrontation? Is there going to be a great ending to that arc? We'll have to find out in the finale. But as for this,
Yeah, Yun-ho is closing in on the island and he started the search for it in season 2, episode 3. So it has taken him 10 full episodes. 10 full episodes
but obviously,
to find the island.
I think this episode was definitely the worst bit of what's it called? High Squid? Squid High?
Squid Game? Sky Squid?
Sky Squid, that's it. I think this episode definitely is the worst portion of this game. Because next episode's kind of just like a 5-minute discussion, a fight, and then a decision for Ji-hun. Spoiler alert. So that's what kind of helps episode 6. But see this, man. See, I'm flabbergasted. I cannot believe this past production.
Yeah, I thought it was absolute piss poor, man.
I can't, like, we've reviewed a lot of shite shows, like Fear the Walking Dead. I feel like it's low-hanging fruit, right? And as bad as that is, Fear the Walking Dead, I don't think I've ever seen a sequence in TV history as bad as this. There was a lot of hype going into Squid Game, man. I thought after season 1, yeah, they're gonna knock this out the park, and this is going to be epic. This is going to be great. Even after a few episodes of season 2, I thought that. I cannot believe it got this bad. I'm trying to think of a TV show's like penultimate episode being this horrific, and I cannot think of it. So I will give this episode. I'm gonna give it a 1 out of 10. That might sound extremely harsh, but to me this is unforgivable, and it ruined the show.
It's harsh. That is fucking harsh.
No, it is harsh, but you know what? When we're saying this is like the worst sequence we've ever seen, then it's not like, here, this was the worst sequence we've ever seen, but everything else in the episode was good. That's not even the case. The rest of the stuff was retarded as well. I can't get over number 100 and his lunchbox and the suits jackets getting tied together and the pipes getting ripped out and them discussing what to do and taking about 45 minutes. It will haunt me till the day I die.
I'm going to get a 4. So that's a 2.5 out of 10.
I think that's ridiculously high, man.
Ridiculously high? It's a fucking 4, mate. It's poor.
Do you think a 1's ridiculously low?
Aye, it is, aye. Shockingly low.
Nah, I'm going to disagree. I'm looking at season 6, episode 2 of Fear the Walking Dead. We gave that a 2 out of 10. And here, that had a lot of retarded shit going on in it, but fuck me, this was crazy.
I thought it started pretty good well with the whole Ji-hun deciding that what his dilemma, well, he's going to kill them all, and you get to see Inho wiping them out, and we got a wee, flashback or a wee scene for Saibu X saying, you're a good person, don't do it, Ji-hun. I thought, and he's contemplating that, I thought that was alright, and I thought the other stuff was no bad with the guard and the Kyang-il, but yeah, it was the Sky Squad game that done it for me. Just they're too long between the platforms, and it was shocking, man.
How much better would it have been without the baby? It would have been 110%. It would have been so much better. Like, yeah, teams still would have formed, and I do believe they still would have picked on the Junkie and Ji-hun, but the baby was just it ruined it, man. I see when she gave birth during that hide and seek game. What episode 2 was that?
Yep.
Did you think it was going to take this direction?
Nope.
I can't fucking believe it.
Right, well, you're giving it a 1. I think that's too low. I'm giving it a 4. You think that's too high.
2.5 probably right.
I think 2.5 is probably somewhere in the middle. Probably close to what this episode deserves. Anyway, guys, that's it. Catch you in the next one. Finale, one more episode to go. Till next time, peace. It all comes down to this, the final episode, the final game of Season 3 of Squid Game. We've got a man with a lot of won, we've got a man that used to have a lot of coin, and we've got a baby that's pretty much got nothing. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment, here to review the Season 3 finale, Squid Game, Episode 6. This one was called Humans Are, and that's exactly what Ji-hun says before he, spoiler alert, plummets to his death. Now,
as he did.
I think this episode, I didn't like it. I'll be honest. Was it better than episode 5? I mean, maybe not, but I was so disappointed. Honestly, I don't think season 3 was great. I mean, I don't even know if I'd go say it was good, but to me, at least if it ended well, it could have redeemed itself, but it just didn't, man. It doubled down.
It doubled down. But for me, I think that much of the ending points for me, it's not how it ended; it's how we got to the ending, and that's why I was so critical in episode 5, because the road is just as important as the destination, in my opinion. And yeah, it was a pretty. I mean, people are describing it as like misery porn. No, it's a very tragic end, and some people want the sunshine ending. I personally don't give two shits about who'd survived and who lived. Now, my problem with it is that the deaths didn't really benefit. There was no closure. A lot of people died without good reason, and like we're going to talk about, Mr. Detective and the frontman, what the confrontation that's been built up 10 episodes at sea. He just calls out his name as the guy goes down an elevator.
Why, Yunho, why?
And that's it.
Yeah, so
I'm asking the same thing. Why?
We start, Yunho arrives, he helps that guy get onto his boat, and then he takes off to get to the island. So, yeah, then we get to the final game. Coin Man makes it across to the pillar first, and then he gets the pole, and he prevents Ji-hun from crossing. He says, give me the baby. And Ji-hun says, here, if it's just you and the baby, one of you has to die. And Coinman knows and accepts that, so basically saying he's willing to kill this baby and take on the money. Not just a baby, his baby.
But let's be fair. Let's say this. Let's ask the question, right? Say Ji-hun dies here at this platform. Is it justifiable that this guy would kill his own baby rather than himself?
No, because he's put himself in that position, hasn't he?
Yeah, like, to me, the problem is here, which I talked about it a bit in the last game, it's like, why not just get Ji-hun across and then kill Ji-hun that way?
Well, Ji-hun offered to come across and kill himself.
He literally did, right? And people are going to be like, oh, but the baby gets half it. He would be the legal guardian of the fucking baby, folks. I doubt there would be some form of a court ruling here. See that Squid Game stuff you were in that's highly secret and no one really knows about? You're not allowed to spend that half of the baby's money. Come on, man. He's getting the baby. He's getting custody of the baby and he's getting half of the one. You can say, well, they didn't think that far ahead. Well, they fucking should have thought that far ahead. Why would he kill his baby?
Yeah, so eventually he does it. He puts the baby on the pole, then Ji-hun grabs the knife and jumps across anyway, so all three guys are on the platform. Coin Man then accuses Ji-hun of knowing Jun-hee before the game started. I don't know if he's trying to accuse him of an affair.
And Ji-hun didn't really deny it, did he?
Yeah, maybe he thinks, why does Ji-hun care so much about this baby? Is this baby his? I mean, maybe
Again,
not.
that feels a bit forced, doesn't it? Ji-hun was depressed, man. He was like waking up on a Monday morning after having like a fortnight off of work here. The first couple of episodes of this season. But because the old woman cut like a 2-minute promo to him, he snapped out of it. Now he helped this kid. It's almost like his love for this baby fucking just turned up to 1,000 out of nowhere. But it's like, he didn't deny it, but of course we know he didn't have a relationship with this woman, so it's a bit fucking weird.
Yeah, they get into a fight with a knife and with a big pole. Ji-hun, I think, gets the better of him, and then Coin Man runs over, he grabs the baby and he dangles it over the edge, saying, drop the knife, back off, or else I'm going to toss this baby overboard. I say overboard, this isn't Titanic. I mean, he's going to drop it off the ledge, so to speak. So Ji-hun, he backs off, he drops the knife. Okay, I will. I'll back off. I won't come near you. So he drops the knife, and then we get Munji picks up the knife, and again we see Ji-hun and him getting into it, and they kind of brawl and fall off the edge. But Ji-hun hangs on, and Coin Man is like holding on to his blazer. And it starts to rip, and Ji-hun, instead of letting go of the blazer, he holds on. He tries to save Coin Man, but it continues to rip, and then we see the sleeve just give way, and Coin Man falls to his death. And it's player 333. I believe that's his number. Eliminated. So Ji-hun gets up. He gets on top of the platform. The baby's safe. Ji-hun is safe despite being stabbed and bruised a little bit. But unfortunately, they never pressed the button in the middle of the platform, so therefore the game didn't begin, and therefore Coin Man's death didn't count, and we still need somebody to go. We still need someone to get eliminated in order for the games to end, and the VIPs are looking on and they're like, oh, what's he going to do now? How long until he throws this baby off? And
but their cockiness stopped here. It was almost like they had remorse, but no, you don't have any remorse, you sick fucks.
I don't think they had remorse. I think they just couldn't believe that a guy was willing to sacrifice himself rather than win that amount of money.
Well, hold on,
because this is something that they wouldn't be able to do.
But look what they did. Look what they've watched this guy do for the baby. He's literally put himself on the line. What are they expecting here? A fucking Snitsky
big heel turn or something?
A Snitsky pun halfway across the arena. I mean, come on.
Imagine we got a Snitsky punt for Sunday though.
No, I tell you what, right? See if Ji-hun Snitsky punted this fucking baby and became like the new front man. I would have forgave the disaster of Squid High. What's it called?
Sky Squid.
I would have forgave it if he'd done that, but that doesn't happen. Ji-hun then cuts this like 30-second promo about humans, and he says humans are.
We are humans. We are not horses. Humans are, and then he just leans back and falls off, and
so
he
what
dies.
Are they then? Humans are what?
Human? I don't know. Ji-hun then falls off to his death. Player 456 eliminated. Didn't think we'd hear that?
I didn't think we'd hear it, but it's at this point you're thinking, right, at what point is Mr. Detective going to rock up and business is like going to pick up?
Well, Mr. Detective does rock up, and we had Kyung-Yoo listening to the little speech from Ji-hun, and at this point she decides, fuck it, I'm not going to kill myself. Look what he's done. He's protected that baby. He saved that baby. He sacrificed himself.
That's more what I did, boy.
And now I need to make things right. So I guess she's going to decide that she needs to live. She needs to get off this island. A guard comes and tells the front man that, here, they're closing in on us. The Coast Guard are here. So he hits a button. 30 minutes. The island's going to detonate. Yun-ho sees this, he speeds up, he gets there, he notices Yun-ho on a platform, he then shoots glass and he proceeds to the next room, he pulls open like a door, and he's there. He sees his brother In-ho on this platform. Yun-ho's looking at him, staring out, he's got the gun pointed at him, he's like, In-ho! In-ho looks at his brother, then just turns his back to him and walks away with the baby, and Yun-ho's like, In-ho! Why? Tell me why! In-ho doesn't tell him why. In-ho walks on. That's it. That was it. That was the confrontation.
Like I said this to you.
Tell me why. Tell me why. Dun, 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 dun,
tell
dun.
me sweet little lies. I said to you, right, what we should have got, well, I mean, anything would have been better, but Twin snakes battle on top of Metal Gear between liquid and solid, but with these two.
With a timer for the destruction running it.
Aye.
And the baby can be Meryl.
Hell, it could have took place at the exact same time as G-Hun versus that other guy. We could have got a 2-on-2 match. I'm not fucking greedy. Here, could he not have rocked up, right? And when he shot the glass, that the VIPs were in the room and he just fucking drops off
Yeah, why couldn't we got that?
He drops off
Oh, but you guys,
this is my fucking reality.
You're
Prodigy, Finny Jones.
You're just upset you didn't get a good ending. Hold on here, those VIPs, they're scum. They don't deserve to live. I tell you what, at least that would have ended a bit of closure, I think, to their story.
Yes.
But no, the bad guys are supposed to win. You completely misunderstand the whole point of the game.
I think a 10-minute fight scene between the two brothers would have been fucking epic. I think that would have been worth the build-up. That would have been worth 10 episodes at sea.
I disagree. I don't think it would have been worth 10 episodes at sea.
No, it wouldn't have been, but it would have been on the road to redemption, put it that way.
Yeah, so that's it. Inho grabs the baby, he walks off. We then see all the trucks assembling onto the boat. They leave. Kang-Yo, I believe, is in one of them. They just take off. Yunho manages to escape the island in time. He gets back into the water, but he can't do nothing because the boat with all the guards is already taken off. And then we see Ji-hun lying there, and the countdown from 10 begins. And then when it gets to 1, 0, explosion, and we just see like the fire in his eyeballs. And that was it.
But see, as quickly as the detective got there, he was out. He got there and he had to fuck off. Honestly, I cannot believe it was written this way. See,
look how long it took him to get there, but he was there for about 30 seconds, maybe at the most.
There's something in my head that thinks maybe some of these characters are going to be in the American spin-off. But I just don't think it's going to work.
I've seen people say that. I've seen people say that they've got no interest in watching the American spin-off unless the Korean characters are in it. For me, I would like to see the two brothers in it. Is there any way Inho could maybe decide, actually, I want to take these games down as well? Or is that beyond him at this point? Or do you think Ji-Hun's sacrifice could maybe have opened his eyes?
Well, he did go and take all his fucking money and give it to his daughter, which is a very face manoeuvre to do for a guy that's bad, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool if Inho maybe reaches out to his brother and maybe admits that he was wrong and that he wants his help to take down the games that are all over the world.
Yeah, but you know what? I feel like it's beyond those two reconciling. I think what should have happened is a confrontation where like they had a fight and they made up kind of thing, but I just can't believe that was it. He walked away from him like he was a bag of shite.
Yeah, no explanation, no nothing. Will we ever get an explanation? I mean, I don't know. But that was that. Then we fast forward 6 months. Kang-Yo's getting a portrait drawn by 246. She asks about his daughter. He's like, how do you know about my daughter? She explains it. She used to work here, so you see 246. He gets a wee happy ending. His daughter's okay now. She's no longer ill. Kang-Yo gets called by, I think, immigration guy. I'm pretty sure this guy's doing double duty because he's also helping Sang-Buk's Muller get into the country, so he's like pulling a lot of strings here.
This is a lot of stuff that no one cares about. I'm sorry, I don't care for it in the fucking grand scheme of things. It's like, why has so much time been dedicated to this? I mean, so much time is getting dedicated to the guy that lost the first game's brother, who no one really, or was it his son or was it his brother?
But see, I'm just a bit confused as to who put all this stuff in motion. Or people could say it's already in motion, but like, was this was this Ji-Hun's doing? Like, I'm just a bit confused.
Yeah,
although he did give the money, I guess he did give the money to Fing's Muller, Sang-Woo's Muller at the end. And maybe she used a lot of that money to get the Sang-Bu X Muller over to be with her son, possibly.
Yeah, but it's just a lot of characters no one fucking cares about. I mean,
yeah, but it shows that Ji-Hun done the right thing, doesn't it? It shows that what he did at the end of season 1 helped bring families back together. I think maybe that's what they're going for.
Yeah, but let's be real. How many people actually fucking remember that? I mean, I watched it. I've watched it twice now. I watched it the first time. Like, who the fuck are these jobbers? I mean, a lot of people be thinking that.
Well, no, I had to explain to you who they were, like, but nah, I knew who they were.
Well, that's good, right? I don't need their wee Wikipedia page up with all their names to know who they are either. But anyway, let's say about that the better. We'll move on. Double one. But yeah,
Right.
he goes to Los Angeles. He gives Ji Hun's
No,
daughter.
no.
Is that one of the character names?
So Woo Suk gets out of prison. He meets back up with the detective Yun Ho, who I don't think's a detective anymore. They probably fired him for taking so long to find the fucking island, which
he got like so many people killed for no reason.
I wouldn't really. Well, you got all these people killed just so
With no closure whatsoever.
You got all these people killed just so you could infiltrate this island for less than 40 minutes just to shout at your brother, why, and get ignored? Come on, man, you're fired. So Woo Suk, I think, was one of the standout characters of the second and third season. He gets released from jail. He blames his wee buddy Moon Dong. And Moon Dong was like, not my fault, but it kind of was his fault, so...
This guy did 6 months in jail for what?
I guess maybe killing that dog and breaking into Captain Park's house.
No, but yeah, I know what he got it for, but essentially, the information did he haul? Yes, he did ring, right? Our detective pal and say that Park's dirty and all that good stuff.
Yeah, but why didn't...
I think what happened on the boat could still have played exactly the same if our detective guy was at the front of the boat just having a smoke instead of hiding it from that phone call.
Yeah, but I want to know what happened when Yun Ho got back to Korea. Did he not go to the department and say, "Oh wait, he's telling the truth. I've been to this island."
Maybe
He's a detective. His word should carry weight.
Maybe the fact though that
have they been paid?
It was still breaking and entering.
Have they been paid off?
Well, maybe they've been paid off, but maybe the fact that
Are the police maybe in on it?
I don't know. It's just a fucking shit show at this stage.
Or could they think, oh, well, maybe you're right, and you actually, exposed this huge, these games, these horrific games, but because you broke into this guy's house, we're going to keep you in jail for 6 months anyway?
They're also wondering where Ji Hun's money is, and they don't really know who could have took it. But it's like, couldn't the games have, took it? I think it makes a bit of sense that the front man took it.
How? But they're saying nobody knows what it was.
Yeah, but so let's not. But look at all the records they had of everybody.
But they don't know where Ji Hyun lives after he left the game.
Oh, but they fucking keep tabs. There's record. But look how how secrets they hang was floating about, man.
What?
Secrets floating about.
What are you on about?
Secrets, records and all that good stuff. I'm telling you.
This guy has lost the plot.
No, I've not lost.
Anyway, Woo Suk says to Yun Ho, we should get into money. Well, it has to be money sharks, money laundering or whatnot. Loan sharks.
Money sharks.
You throw me off. You throw me off my game.
Give me a fishing rod and I'll go to the sea and get some fucking money.
But he says, it's good, and then we're making money and we're helping people. But Moon Dong says, well, technically you're not helping people.
I think somebody needs to put English stuff on these fits.
And Woo Suk's like, shut up, Moon Dong. And then Jun Ho's like, well, technically we need money as well to start that, so that doesn't really happen. Then Yun Ho goes back to his apartment. He finds the baby, player 222 from the game, and there is a bank card there, and that card is in his name. He checks his bank, and he's got is it 56 or 46? 46 billion won.
I think it's 45. 45.6.
Aye, 456 billion won, so... that's right, 100 million for each player. So, he's got that money, and then we see Woo Suk and Moon Dong. I think they go to the apartment. Yeah, so it's the not the apartment, like the hotel or whatever, the complex that Ji Hun was renting, holding his money in. I believe Woo Suk has become the owner of this place, but he had no money previously, and then he hires Moon Dong as his manager. And he's like, Moon Dong's like, many more people are hiring, and he says, none, it's just going to be me and you. So technically, you might be the manager, but you're the lackey, you're the number 2. And then he shows him the room where all the money was, and they once again wonder who took it. Moon Dong says, yeah, maybe it was a wee detective friend, and Woo Suk's like, nah, he's got too much honour to do that. But I just want to know where this guy...
He's got enough money in his pocket.
I just want to know where Woo Suk got this money from. Is it... Are we looking too much into it, or are we like...
Did he keep Captain Park's money that was in the fucking barrel?
Well, obviously not. Or is it just Yun Ho's the one that's done this? Is Yun Ho bought him this or gave him the money or something like that? What do you think?
Did Ji Hun not give them a down payment?
Well, but he said in the car he had no money to start to do be a loan shark.
Well, I don't know what's going on here then. Maybe as we tag team
But that was before Yun Ho got the card. Keep up, mate. Keep up.
Yes, I know he didn't.
I don't think you do.
So who knows? I don't fucking know. Who cares?
So you think
it's fucking irrelevant.
So
he's doing up a hotel that was abandoned and shot to shite. It's probably worth about one.
Do you think Yun Ho bought this for him then, or gave him some money?
It probably cost nothing.
Dead on.
Imagine you bought it though for like a tenner, then you open his fucking room. There's billions sitting there.
Be a good investment. Right, then we go to Los Angeles.
California.
Or Can Yul, she's come back to China. Good
no
for
one
her.
gives a fuck, man.
Then we got back to Los Angeles, and Ji-hun's daughter has grown up. I mean, obviously it was like, what, 5 years in between filming?
Aye, something like that. So the guy's a lot bigger.
Now, I don't know. She's a lot bigger. Not guy.
Is it not?
What?
What do you mean? It was his fucking brother, was it not?
It's his daughter?
That's a woman.
What are you talking about?
That's not a woman.
What are you on?
The old woman hugs the kid in the airport.
No, I'm saying we're in Los Angeles.
Oh, right. I thought you were on about
Ji-hun's daughter.
Alright.
You've lost the plot.
No,
You've lost the plot.
All these names.
See that wee guy that hugs? See that woman that hugs? That was Sue Buke's little
the
brother.
guy killed in season 1. Aye.
What?
Season
No!
Season 1 finale.
No!
Guy. Aye, it is.
No!
So who is it then?
It's
Hug?
Sue Buke. See the woman that fucking Sang-woo kills? That's her little brother.
Oh, right.
See the woman that hugs him?
That's alright.
That's her mother, who she was in the games trying to get money to
China.
North Korea.
Right.
Can Yul's way to China.
There's too much going on.
Why can't you? How are you unable to grasp this, mate? I'm not even looking at Wikipedia, and I'm spinning off all this information.
So I can't grasp all this shit about jobbers, but the fucking 6 retards on Sky.
Let's draw lots. Right, so listen.
I make me your lunchbox, mate. Sort me out.
Sang Buke, right? Her little brother has been living.
I get it. No, I don't care.
Her little brother.
Let's go to LA.
Her little brother was living with Sang-woo's mother.
Aye.
The other woman that comes into the airport is Sabi-Yuke's mother, who has got past immigration and stuff to be with her son. So that's the 3 people there. And then the guy, he's the immigration officer that is helping Kiang Yu look for her son in China. Now this guy feels like he should be important, but I mean, I don't even remember seeing him before. Maybe he was in season 2 and I just can't really recall it, but if he was, then fair play to him. Right, then we head to Los Angeles. The door goes.
Pizza.
Ian opens the door. This is Ji-hun's daughter. She's grown up now. We've got Ian Ho's there. He says, I was a acquaintance of your father. She basically says, my father's dead to me. I forgot that I've basically given up on him. And see, this is why I don't like the ending, because it is fucking sad. Ji-hun's died, not knowing if he died in Fane, not knowing if he, stopped the games, or if the baby is okay, or if anybody found the island, or what happened to the detective, or the crew that he hired. He doesn't know what's happening with the money he's got, and he doesn't know anything about his daughter. He never got to make things up to his daughter. For all he knows, all that money... It's like, see Walter, right? At least in Breaking Bad, at least he kind of gets the closure that he pretty much knows when he dies, he's content because he thinks his money's going to go to his kids.
Aye.
Or Holly when she's 18.
Aye, with the whole, the Elliot and Gretchen thing.
But Ji-hun dies here not knowing shit, essentially. But Ian Ho's taking his money there. She goes to close the door on him, and then he basically says, your father left you this. Unfortunately, he's passed away. Then she decides to take it. She opens it up, and there's a suit plate saying 456. It's blood-stained. There's a card. It's got Ji-hun's name on it. At this point, she doesn't know the value of the card. I don't believe it was in there. Probably need to go to the ATM. Imagine if she just thought, oh, he's probably only got like 10 won in there. And chucks it away.
She doesn't think it's one. She'll probably think, oh, it's fucking...
Maybe he's converted into dollars. But yeah, she then runs out, but Ian Ho is already taken off. And then Ian Ho gets stuck in lights. They're on red, and we hear this like slapping sound. He pulls down the window.
I actually thought it was gunshots initially from inside the car.
Yeah, so you thought he killed himself?
Aye.
So, he...
Which might have been better.
He then rolls down the window.
His brother finally caught up to him.
He rolls down the window, and we see some guy getting slapped. And honestly, See from the window, I thought it was a bald Asian guy who was like slightly more
But
brown.
what it was a blonde
Yeah, it was
woman.
some woman who you can just tell this is going to be woke, man. Right? You can like see when it comes to shows, I can look at characters and I can go, nah, they are big time lefties, or they identify as 457 different genders. So, and I just got that feeling with this woman, and you just see her slapping this guy, continuously slapping this guy. You know, she's got her hair put in this like most fucking unattractive, I guess, look you could possibly
Even
pull
the
off.
trousers, man, they're like up the fucking leg. I don't know what that fucking trend is, by the way. Why can't they just wear normal fucking length trousers?
Or wear a skirt or something, or like a suit, something
And
that
also,
looks.
I don't, it's just fucking shite. Compare it to the Korean guy playing it, man.
Who looks the fucking
A
part?
great actor, by the way.
Yeah,
And you feel like he could batter everybody who he's slapping. Who's she going to batter?
Yeah.
Hee-haw.
And then she looks at Ian Ho, and Ian Ho looks at her, and she's like kind of looking sick and twisted and demented, like she's happy. She also looks at Ian Ho as if she knows who he is, which I'm not. Is it possible?
Secrecy is a big thing here.
Yeah, I mean, she's a recruiter. He's the front man. I guess now he's taken over as the front man. He's more like the game master, isn't he? Would they and they don't really take the masks off? So would they know each other? You kind of had the feeling that they did, or maybe she didn't know him, but he obviously kind of knows what's going on here because he sees the game Dakshi,
Who knows?
which is a Korean game. So I don't know why they're playing that in America. Now
Maybe
it was
it
6 months
originated.
later. Now does that show that?
Well, they can't play it in
D- d-
Korea anymore.
Does that show that here Squid Games was a worldwide thing, or has it just set up in the 6 months since the island in Korea got blown up? Have they moved their operations to America? If that's the case, then we could still see the frontman. We could still see In-Ho in the American version, or has it always been these games are all over the world?
I think it's it could be either or. It's very easy to put it in what direction you want it to be, but I'm not too sure because obviously with Korea, there's too much heat in Korea. They can't. They probably could not continue the games there. Right?
Heat from who though? I haven't really seen any heat.
Yeah, but the fucking island blew up and the
Get another one.
detective. But then again, you don't even get the detective guy really discussing shit. Like, it would have been good if he was discussing with the police or something when he was getting his wee pal there. Like,
Yeah, we don't know if, like I said, there was no like closure. That,
Maybe-
Oh, we caught all these guards, or we found the remains of the island, or like we don't know.
But no, the problem is, I think with the American one, they're going to want their whole new cast, right? As much as I would like to see the frontman and his brother, the detective, in it, here, maybe there'd be an interesting one if they were both in the games. Or something like that. But
If there's a time skip, could Jihan's daughter be in the game?
I mean, potentially, but what's going to happen is that it's going to be woke as fuck, and there'll be nobody from the original show in it.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think it will be incredibly woke there, but yeah, that is it, guys. That was the end of the episode and
End of the series.
End of the series.
Wasn't as bad as episode 5, but I cannot believe how they ended some of the arcs.
Yeah, I'm going to get a 5 out of 10. I thought it was bang average. It's like they gave you closure, but the only person that didn't... I guess you could say Ji-hun... I guess his daughter got the money, so therefore it's like, oh no, he got his closure because he did it for his daughter. But he did it originally to prevent losing his daughter and his daughter going to America and him not being able to see her anymore. That's the reason he went into the game, and then he ends up dying anyway, and his daughter's got a bad memory of him, so it's like... would Jihan not have been better, honestly, just not playing the games and spending whatever time he had left before his daughter flew to America, and maybe trying to get back on his feet and working on his life, and maybe... I don't know, or maybe try and go over to America as well and set up a new life.
He could have done that, but he didn't. But I just can't really get over the detective and his brother. For me, it's like, yeah, people are like, oh, you just want a good ending. I don't think those two like fighting each other to the death inside the the island as it blows up is a good ending. It's kind of tragic because they're both killing each other. But I don't know. It's just a weird one, man. I mean, it leaves it open. But like I said, I've got a feeling that we'll never see any of these characters again, apart from probably the woman at the end.
Oh, aye. Unfortunately, we might see, or we might not. She might have just been a little cameo.
Yeah, like, oh look, this is we're in LA here. It's America now, baby.
She just didn't look like someone I can take serious as a recruiter.
What I will say is,
Do you not think she looked? Do you not think she gave you VIP vibes? And this is not. I'm not just bashing her because she's not Korean. But do you not think the VIPs look like people pretending to be rich?
Yeah.
See, I think when you look at Ian Ho and the guys walking about, he looks the part. See, when you look at the VIPs, I think I said it in one of the rants. They kind of look like homeless people that had got a job interview and they'd been given like a suit at the charity shop to wear for their interview. That's what they kind of. Do you not think so? They came across as like, I don't know, just scruffy and didn't present themselves and carry themselves as elites.
No, they didn't. Not everyone. I guess not everyone that's a billionaire has to look $1 million. But again, what I would say is, at least with the American version, right? I think you could get some big actors in it, and I think you could. Yeah, the American version's got the potential to be better than this. Of course it does, but we just know for a fact with Netflix and the woke agendas it's going to push, it's going to be fucking shite. I mean, are we going to be overly surprised that out of the 456 characters, you're going to get like half of them being LGBT? No, of course they're going to be. Is Bella Ramsey going to be battering someone the stature of fucking Brock Lesnar? Probably. That's just what's going to happen. Shit like that is going to fucking ruin it. You could get a really good... Yeah, see if it was done correct by somebody... See if it was done by like a Sylvester Stallone, who's not woke, and is doing his own shit, like with Tulsa King. Could be done correctly. Could be done good.
And also, when you look at the trans character, like no one really bashed her outside of the mother, the old woman.
Yeah.
I feel like if they do an American version, it's going to be all the bad white guys that are bashing her.
Yeah, the black women coming to raid though.
Oh aye, defending her.
You know the score.
Anyway, guys, that's it. I'm giving it a 5. You're giving it a...
I'll give it a 5 as well.
5 out of 10. I thought it started off... What I think was worrying is Season 3 started off decent and it didn't get any better.
No. It fucking nosedived at the midway part, and episode 5 was torturous.
I think the first 3 episodes were pretty good. I think we've gave them like a 6, a 6.5, or 6, a 7, and a 6.5. But
Sky Squid's fucked it, folks. Sky Squid and the confrontation between the two brothers for me is what's ruined it.
Aye. And you know what? The last 30 minutes, it does. I thought it did a pretty good job of tying up the remaining. See the characters that lived. I think it did a pretty good job of tying up their stories and whatnot. But I was just left with a bitter taste in my mouth after the ending inside the games with Ji-hun dying and then the confrontation.
And no one really knows that Ji-hun died.
Yeah, they still think he might be alive.
Like, obviously, the detective gets the fact, oh, the baby won, here's all the money, so Ji-hun mustn't have. But then you don't know for sure, and it's like I pointed out in previous reviews, the whole mission was for them to go in with Ji-hun, and we're going to find the island and do this. There was no, like, sense of, oh, fuck, I failed here. It's like, that mission has to be one of the biggest failures in fucking TV history.
Should be refunding Ji-hun for all the money he paid.
Aye.
But, like, I mean, but people are speculating, he could still be alive and whatnot. Like, see if the explosion went and they cut down to where Ji-hun's body was and he was no longer there. It's like, how do you realistically survive that fall? I don't think you do.
No, you don't. Yeah, like, I mean, at best, for that height, you've got broken legs, broken arms.
You're dead.
Yeah, no, you're dead. I mean, people have survived similar falls in real life. Miracles do happen, but there's normally something...
That height?
But there's normally something to break their fall. Like, they hit like a tree or something, they hit it at like an angle and they survive.
Alright, well, that's a bit more possible, but nah, I just don't see...
And there's more chance for the baby to survive because it weighs way less. Like, here, maybe they could have tied the jacket in some sort of...
The jacket!
That forms some kind of parachute, but no. obviously didn't happen. But Ji-Hun's dead. The main character, they killed him off.
No, but again, the VIPs, I just want to go back to them. I think they fucking suck.
No, they fucking suck. But
no, but Tony Soprano he doesn't always look like, you know what I mean, sometimes he looks a bit like a scruffy and shit, but
once he puts a suit on and cleans up, he looks alright.
Yeah, but Tony Soprano looks the fucking part. These VIPs don't. These VIPs look shocking.
Also, I just think the participants in the second round of games were nowhere near season 1. Season 1 had like 20 characters that had names and shit, man. And it's like scene number 100. To me, he was like the copy of Snake Tattoo, and he was
nowhere near as good.
That's my point, though. Snake Tattoo is a million times better.
100 was a coward, though.
No, he was, but I think they were like the two parallels, and also the Voodoo woman was kind of like the old woman for season 1, and again, she was much better. I feel like every counterpart was just better in season 1.
Aye, pretty much. Anyway, guys, that is where we're going to end it.
Ji-Hun was better in season 1, man. That's how you know it's fucked.
Who wasn't better? Who was better in seasons 2 and 3?
I mean, maybe the front man, just because he got way more screen time.
I'd say the recruiter.
Aye, the recruiter. Aye, we only got one episode, but
other than that, I mean, that's pretty much it.
That's it, folks. We're done. Overall, what are you giving the series?
Oh,
I'll give the series
maybe like a 7.5 or something. Like, you know, I mean, I don't know. I just
it had the potential to go down as one of the greatest. One of the greats if they delivered.
Maybe a 7.5. I just don't think I can give it an 8 when I look at how bad season 3 was.
Can you think of a show that wrapped up worse than this?
Not really, no. Anyway, guys, that's it. I'll give it overall. I'll give it a 7.
I'll give it a 6.
So, season 3 definitely dragged it down. That's it. Till next time. Peace.